instantly do it. Yep.
Well, I'm gonna still start streaming it just so I can have a fresh one. Hopefully, it will be fucked up.
That's why you always have confirmation, so that so it's correct.
I'll just blame you. I'm lazy.
Uh, all right.
Still Infinite Corridors.
Why is it doing name record? There's no reason it should be doing that. My screen it's on is fine.
Infinite Corridors is awesome.
Well, let's make it harder for you to see things. Like, see, why
Pretty
is it
touching.
like he's supposed to show like a
Like we're all like in an infinite corridor, even our like videos down below.
yeah,
Are
like
just,
it's not
Yes.
it's not even the right thing. It's literally showing the wrong window. Like there. This is just the one it should be. There we go. Oh, good.
there.
Good.
Hey.
Yeah, I did get
The
it.
more
So,
infinite
all right, so now
corridor.
it's fine. So now you can watch it properly. Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, now that's fixed. Just want to verify that was good. Okay, cool. Next, back to the thing. So yeah, you guys ended up encountering, dealing with the Morkoths. They were not happy with you guys and decided to attack you. And basically, yeah, overall the main thing was you guys were hanging out. You went to the temple, for treasure. You're a bounty hunter and treasure for the Dread Pirate Horde. You had to go and take the bounty. You went to this. You went to a couple places. You went to you went down the darkened depths into the plane of water, and essentially ended up encountering a bunch of enemies like on the way there. You saw like a seashell bridge. So fought some sharks and some they're called obliterators and some kind of demonish water creature called Wasterlith. Went through the portal that takes you to the temple inside, which had the two more costs, which were these like very intelligent squid-like creatures. They use like laser attacks and reflected your magic at you, which was fun. And the talking clam, which you guys named Nanu, because the whole because the Morcos were named Mork and Mindy. Yeah, exactly.
More awesome.
So that was good. After you guys ended up doing the fight, you guys ended up killing both the Morkoths. I think you killed the clam as well. And yeah, we got in the fight. During the fight, you guys ended up talking in the bench and seeing if there was a way to get around that. You basically tell, give us the stuff or we can kill you, and then they didn't, so you killed them. So you end up getting, and the climb itself, it had a bunch of interesting loot in there. So what's called got trapped inside, or not really trapped, but he stayed inside. Ekrest, and he found 2 liters of Undyne Unguent, which is like this sparkling bluish silver like liquid that seems to be very valuable. 7 rubber ducks at Pearl Power. All you know essentially was that you're told you got some treasure from it. You don't know what the treasure specifically is, so you're going to find that out. And you also harvest the creatures, getting yourself like 112 pounds of Morkoth parts and 36 pounds of clamshells. So yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So yeah. Now and then you guys went back to the sigil, right? That's our sigil, I believe.
Yep.
All right. So
Yeah,
you
we popped back to Sigil to get a long rest because it had been a rough day.
Oh, yeah.
And Rinnan had nearly died as well. So
Yes.
should have killed him.
I have a question for you,
Mhm.
Baden.
Sure.
So why were there ducks in the clam?
We don't know.
You don't know yet. Like basically, you're
Okay.
just told to pick up some treasure from this place, and then the clam had apparently supposedly the treasure, and she had a bunch of different things in there. So you're not sure what the treasure is, or if it's all of them, or what.
Maybe.
Has a very rare crafting liquid, some ducks, and a pearl of power was inside one of the ducks.
Maybe the clam's real name was Roe because they had all their ducks in a row.
Yeah. Nice.
I'll see you guys later.
I think that's a quack theory.
Mhm.
All right.
I forget we can do sound on here. I forget that.
Yeah, and I'm glad I stopped giving you guys inspiration after every time you make a pun, because otherwise you guys are getting puns. You have like infinite inspiration.
Yeah. All right, everybody, recharge inspiration for the session if you have it.
But yeah, you have that. Yeah, so if you,
Reminder,
you get the inspiration for this session at least once.
I'll line it up.
But yeah, I can't.
So
give you
what
inspiration.
what Ekris wants to do then, as soon as we get back or as soon as we get up the next morning, is identify or whatever, detect magic. He can do all these things ritually, but I want to know what that ungent, whatever does, as much as I can figure out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
cool.
gonna also like help him because I gotta identify.
No, you're not. I'm in my room. I'm not coming out.
She's trying to keep a secret.
Gordon's doing some test recipes, so I'll need somebody to try it out and see what sort of results we get.
Okay. Well,
And Risk is going to craft some non-magical things
Cool.
I'm gonna start trying to like craft like little mini bombs, like maybe smoke bombs or something like that. I can like not have to worry about like spells and stuff like that. It's like just
Mhm.
chuck things.
Time to become Batman. Yep.
I'm just gonna
Basically,
work
I'm
on ice cream flavors. Well,
Yes.
it's gonna sit there with a pen and pad, like an old newsie,
Hmm.
writing them
But-
down.
I'm gonna start like with bombs, like just regular like baseball size, like almost. I'm basically making grenades is what I'm doing, but it's like impact kind of stuff. But I'm gonna work up to like a potato gun that can then launch these things.
Mhm.
Nice.
All right. Okay.
So maybe like incorporate something with like the catapult spell. I can use it as a launcher.
Okay. All right, it's
That,
cool. See
that
you
way
guys.
it just does bludgeoning and explosive damage.
But yeah, so yeah, you guys start doing your stuff. Okay, so yeah, you guys will start working on your crafting stuff. This will resolve
Mhm.
Ekris first. So Ekris, yeah, you identify the stuff and the instrument. It's hard to tell exactly what it is. Like identify tells you what it is roughly, but it's like it's kind of it's a bit complicated. But basically, it's a very rare crafting material essentially used to make things, and it's basically used to like essentially used as like almost like think of like a PC liquid cooler. It's essentially used to like cool things down and keep things at a temperature and like keep things essentially moving in a very smooth fashion. So it's more of something to help with other stuff that keeps it keeps like fluids and other like liquids in general stable and it's at a certain temperature essentially, and like essentially basically it kind of lets you alter the parameters or keep the parameters that you're set up for certain something specific. So
So basically, if we had Risk make a gun using this, the gun would never overheat because it always stays at the proper temperature.
something like that,
Or
you know.
That's
or
gonna
or would it change like the cost or time to build something because it makes it easier?
It could also do that to some degree, but it's more of the other first one. So it's basically
Okay.
it's basically to help you deal with very powerful spells and stuff like that stuff that normally you wouldn't be able to handle. And thing would normally they wouldn't be able to handle. Essentially, like
Okay.
something a power thing like a magic item that normally wouldn't be able to handle the spell within it or whatever. Essentially, or the or whatever it's using, technology wise even doesn't have to necessarily be magic. It could be technology. So basically it's something that wouldn't normally be possible. It can make possible essentially by keeping things stable and keeping things
So if I were to say make a cannon that just shot fireballs or something like that, instead of the device blowing up, it would actually stabilize it.
yeah, it would
As an
stabilize
example.
essentially. Or like and basically to some basically equivalent mechanical terms, it also essentially help you gain more uses of it essentially before it gets overheat essentially. Because think about overheating essentially as the spell being overused essentially or use it in energy. So basically it kind of makes things more efficient as well. So it's like think about like say you had a wand that say they had like 6 charges, it would maybe have 9 charges instead or something, you know. So you can
Okay.
essentially use
Gotcha.
more. You could do more with it.
Would Ekris have been familiar with this or know like its intrinsic value?
Let's see. Based on identifies as special to essential cells, you just learn its properties and stuff. You know how to use it, but you wouldn't really know that much in the like, specifics. You're not a crafting expert or anything, so you'd have to like talk to someone who actually knows about crafting to like actually get more information about like how to utilize that. So you have to get a broad idea of what it does, and then people who are crafters get like, oh yeah, this is how it actually mechanically does things. So
So like even with my 20 intelligence, I've never read a book about it or anything like that.
not like that specifically. This is a very rare
Okay.
thing. This is
Gotcha.
something that you wouldn't normally be in people's minds. So like, yeah. Like,
Try not to be a smug bastard right now.
If
well, I mean, you're
I
the
guess
character to be, so
I'm trying to figure out a way to basically say like if Ekris were to guess, what would he place the value of this at? Like, and I'm willing to roll for something if you want to.
yeah, just do check on investigation actually, and think about and say like what you would think. Or actually, in this case, maybe do history. History would be more like history because you can think about like how would it,
Yeah.
in terms of society, how would they would
Yeah.
place value essentially on it.
Let me reroll that.
So how
So
would
history 16.
nice. All right, cool. Yeah. So basically, you could guess it's worth a lot of money. Like, you can hardly get specifics, but you think like worth thousands at least. Like probably more, honestly. I mean, like, but you know,
So
sort of
like the
say
whole for the whole 2 liters, it would be worth thousands.
at least thousands, yeah, because it's a
Okay.
very rare thing, and you have a lot of it. Like 2 liters is a ton. Like it's not like a little bit. even a little bit could be quite useful, but this is like a lot. So you have it could be it's quite potent and
Like-
instead of rare. So
Okay.
Like,
What is it
actually,
used for mostly?
To help with crafting, which we
Yeah.
plan on doing
Wait.
a lot of. So
Gotcha,
now,
gotcha.
Yeah. So actually, let me ask this: if I would say wanted to craft a wand of fireball instead of like just a cannon, it would basically say it had like four to six charges. It would give almost like 9 charges instead, is like what you're saying.
yeah, basically 50%
Like,
more essentially. Like it
That's
basically
cool.
basically gives you it basically makes things more efficient and keeps things cool and keeps things stable. So
What-
it's meant for crafting purposes. Yeah.
Wh- Would it also increase like the amount of charges you can get back at the end of a day or something like that, or would that stay the same? It just gives you more to use within a given thing.
Yeah, it basically more efficient. It's gonna be more efficient. So basically, you get more per day, essentially. More per day, more uses per day,
Okay.
more per section, whatever.
Okay.
along those lines, would it be possible? So, like, say an item has 4 charges normally and is this rarity. What if we could make it more efficient so it still only has 4 charges, but it's a rarity less, but it's faster and cheaper to make? Would that be a possibility?
I guess that could be possible. Yeah, I could see that. Like, you probably need something. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it depends. Yeah, it just depends. Like, I mean, you have a bunch of other crafting stuff that you might be able to use too. Like, you also have specifically you have the binder's block from the ice plane, which you got from
Mhm.
which you got from like that temple that you were protecting for
What
Yeah.
was that again?
for Haley. It w- uh, it was called binder's block. Um, so yeah, there's binder's block. I'll type it chat. But basically, yeah, it's binder's block is this kind of like I forgot I forgot how I described it last time, but
Somebody else has that, I'm guessing, then, because I don't have that listed in my inventory.
okay, but yeah,
I don't have it in mind.
okay. Well,
Maybe we forgot to grab it.
well, I think someone grabbed it. Probably just forgot to put it down. But yeah, it's basically it's a binder's block from there. You got ice sheath as well, which is a rare material but not super rare.
That-
And then you got
That I have.
and then you also have the from Limbo. You got the Chiasma, aka that's that various that's liquid. There's also a liquid thing that's kind of like,
Yeah,
but it also
shifting
shifts a lot. It shifts forms, shifts colors, shifts everything. Basically, it just always changes up constantly and can be used essentially as like almost like a that one you don't know because you haven't done an identify check on it, I think.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to do
Yeah,
anything with it
yeah,
yet.
so you'll forget it later. But yeah, basically different crafting materials you'll get will do different things, and theoretically, with enough rare crafting materials, Risk can make his like super power armor thing he was looking about. I think a while ago you were talking about something about making some kind of power armor
Yeah.
yourself. So
Yeah.
you might be able to use
Pretty much.
So
Okay, before Ekris like comes out of his room and tells everybody all this stuff, he's got ducks and he took the pearl of power out of one of them.
Mhm.
Is there any magical essence in the ducks other than that?
no, there's nothing. It's purely physical.
I'm gonna take 2 of them and just do like a shocking grasp on them to sort of like half melt and char them.
Okay. So you're going to char a couple of them. Okay.
2 of the ducks, yeah.
Okay. So just so you know, this ducks, they look mostly similar to each other, but a couple there are differences between them. Like some of them have like they have almost like because you didn't really examine them or anything. It was before this. Like basically.
Well, I guess that's also part of this whole identify detect magic thing.
Yeah.
I'm doing
So
this
yeah,
morning.
that's why
Okay.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to describe it. So basically yeah.
Okay.
So the ducks look kind of like basically they have like they look like the normal ducks that you imagine from our world, but they all have like different faces. Like it's like they have almost like different like facial things on their face or like hats. Like so, for example, like one of them has somebody with a mustache, almost like a monocle. Someone has like long hair, essentially almost. It's like they're almost like patterned up people. So
I see. Well, that's different.
yeah.
I like these things.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
that's cute. Nice.
So they're like tubs. They're like tubs and pops.
Tubs and
much, yeah.
pops. Okay, I guess. Sure.
Collector items.
Sure. You can think about that maybe that way. But yeah, so they're all unique and so yeah, let's mention that quickly before you do so are you still gonna do that or are you gonna do anything else?
No, instead, I can't. There's nothing that's indicating like these ducks aren't like polymorph people or something like that.
I mean,
That's what I'm.
okay, there's not
No
PvP
detect magic.
there's
Detect
not-
magic isn't telling me anything like that,
Nope.
et cetera, et cetera.
Nope,
right?
you only want to take magic when you know, the one that had the pearl power inside of it. Otherwise, everything else seems to be empty, and even the one the pearl power was in is now empty of magic residue. So, there once the power is gone, it's clear. There's all these purely physical items.
I am going to ritually cast Contact Other Plane.
Oh, what
Oh.
the hell is
Ask
that?
I will ask a demigod up to 5 questions, and they'll answer my
What
question.
the hell?
High level
Yeah,
wizardry
yeah.
bullshit.
Demigod, spirit of a long dead sage, or some other mysterious entity from another plane.
I put it in the game chat. I
geez.
have to make a wisdom or an intelligence 15 saving throw or go insane and take psychic damage, though.
Oh, awesome. Sounds fun to me.
Or just do this secretly and not have the guy who can give you an
16.
instant +4.
16. I'm good.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's
The
true.
ducks, they call to me.
So I just saved. Okay.
Yeah, barely.
So- Well, I have inspiration. I wasn't going to go insane. But anyways.
Well, you
Okay.
never know. Because it roll badly. But yeah.
I'm plus 10 on intelligence. So basically only a nat 1 was going to hurt me.
Sure.
All right. So I get 5 questions and they have to be real basic, like yes or no. And I'm like, okay.
Okay, so how are we contacting, though? Is there a person? You
I don't
think of-
know.
You
The
said
long
just
dead sage
contact-
or others.
Yeah, but like,
It
is there
doesn't
a-
really say.
Yeah, but
I
like,
mean, you basically can specify what type of entity it would be, I suppose, just
Yeah,
a flavor.
basically, if you can let me know who you would want to talk to. If you're
It says like the spirit of a long dead sage. So I'm sure somewhere in my wizard training, I heard about some ancient wizard who was like 20th level. That was like the big, patriarch of the wizard society. So that's the person I'll invoke.
Elminster.
Actually,
I don't
Elminster.
I don't know. I don't have a
Discount
name.
Elminster.
Yeah. All right. I will. The first question is this liquid that we found. We're going to get a bounty of 10,000 gold pieces to turn it in. Is this stuff worth significantly more than that on its own? Yes or no?
Okay. Since you didn't specify like a person that's like knowledgeable in this area, just someone who's smart, I guess, and knowledge, they'll just say, is it worth more? Say maybe. They're not sure. Like,
Maybe.
I mean, that's one of the possibilities. It's like if it's not their area of expertise, they might not know. Like, so it's like
It also depends on who you're trying to sell it to as well.
yeah, like that's why it's maybe also because like to a random person, it's not worth. I mean, it might not be worth much, but for like someone like who's a mage crafter, it's like it may be worth a ton more. So it's like it's hard to know.
Well, okay.
for
So,
context.
like, the spell's vague. It just says I contact somebody powerful. Like, it doesn't really say I have to name a person.
Yeah, you don't. But like, I mean, but you're supposed to have an idea. You're not just like, hey, someone, tell me the answers. I mean,
All right,
Random
well-
person.
I'm sure I know some sort of like demigod or something. I'm gonna pick the most powerful being I can think of.
yeah,
like,
I'm trying to think
from some of my reading.
who you might know.
Well, there was said,
Again-
was he Cryptarstead? Back in the elemental plane of flight, who seemed to know a hell of a lot about magic and shit.
He
No,
is
no,
a
no,
smart man.
this is like
He's
like this isn't like a person. This is like it says a demigod or some other
Mhm.
type.
Yeah,
of
this is-
person.
This is like a very powerful being. We're talking like
from another
level
plane.
16 and
I
higher.
guess my
Yeah,
point
check.
is like if this spell doesn't just like give me the info, then I'm not gonna do it. If it's like no, this spell is like dumb luck, well then it's not worth it at all.
I know, but like it's like without specifics, it's kind of like it's just hard to know because like I said that question is basically you need a more specific question. I think if you to get a more specific answer because otherwise, depending on the entity, you might or might not know. Like, so it's like I don't know. Like it just depends. Like if you
I guess
basically
I don't.
Yeah.
I disagree
Without knowing
with
who
your
the entity
interpretation
is, he
of
doesn't
this.
know what that person would know or not know.
I disagree with your interpretation of the spirit of the spell. To me, the spirit of the spell says I get to ask 5 questions and I'm going to get a valid answer. But if that's not how it works,
but it doesn't
And I
matter.
don't-
There's also the
says-
spot that says or unclear if the entity doesn't know the answer to the question. So
oh, does it say that?
Well, it says yeah.
Yeah,
It says
bottom part.
Okay, no, right there, there we go. There
like
we
and,
go.
and like one of the things it says is like it says on the second paragraph on successful save ask questions ask a question before the spell ends. Did you answer the question with one word such as yes, no, maybe, never, relevant, or unclear? So there's like 3 or 4 possibles of like not knowing or so.
All right. Well, let me back up 1
So
second.
you can
to-
do it, but like I mean,
What do I know about sigil? Do I know any I
Okay.
might have to make a history check or something. Anybody who might be in a pantheon of gods for this place.
Okay, so you would know for sure that there was no gods in Sigil. Like Sigil specifically has no gods, and the person
Yeah.
who runs it is named the Lady of Pain, and she's like almost a demigod creature. She does
Okay.
not allow, and she has some kind of power over the place such that no gods or potentially can go there at all. So they can't exist there, or for whatever reason.
Okay.
But she's very powerful. So you could try to talk to her if you want to, I guess. I don't know if you want to talk to her, but she seems
Yeah,
No, I don't. My next backup plan would be like, of the pantheon of gods, demigods, do I know anybody that's like the god of piracy?
piracy.
Uh,
Yeah, or the high seas or anything like that.
I think that's
Okay.
Gold
Oh,
Roger.
like a god of thievery or something like that, at least.
I just want to
Because
put this in
I-
for the Lady of Pain. She got a divine restraining order. No other gods allowed.
Gotcha.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to think who would be the appropriate god for the god of pirates. Oh, let me see.
I
Yeah,
just
hang
did
on.
a
I'm just
Google
rolling a
search.
religion check. I'm gonna roll a religion check, and
Oh.
I got a 24. Do I know a god?
I'm
that's gonna be
hoping Blackbeard is going to pop up for this.
Well, I just did a Google search. It says Mask was the intermediate god of shadows, thievery, and formerly intrigue in the Faerunian pantheon. A loner god most often associated with those of ill repute.
All right. So without naming anybody specific, that's what I'm shooting for. Somebody who's knowledgeable about the high seas, pirates, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay. So that's more okay. That's more specific. Okay, so yeah. So
Gotcha.
you're
So-
specifically
so
trying
they
to look for
don't-
someone who's knowledgeable in the areas of treasure, essentially, and like other.
Yes, there we go.
Okay,
And
okay,
so
yeah.
like,
Okay.
and I understand they still might not know the intrinsic value of this unguent, so I'm fine with the maybe it's
But
more
like
acceptable.
basically based on their opinion and knowledge of like
Yeah.
things like that, would they agree? Like, is this more
Yeah.
valuable than the bounty that we're receiving?
Okay.
from
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So you get a response back that it says the question specifically is it worth more than
Yes.
the bounty? The answer is yes.
Okay. We also have
The answer
these
is
ducks-
yar.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe.
we have these ducks that all have specific faces. Are they representative of some real beings or entities?
Answer also is in this case, well, in this case, the person doesn't know at all because this is not a thing they would know.
No idea.
So they're saying they
Right.
say maybe,
Okay.
Or unclear.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
they wouldn't know that for sure.
Okay. I don't even know if I have any other questions.
Do you want outside help? Like maybe you asked
Nope.
us like
Nope.
some
No.
stuff
He's
before.
He's
not
not asking
I-
us shit. This
He
is
was-
all in his room.
He's
I have not
Yep.
left my bedroom. We got back to the school. I
He
went
is
to bed and
specifically
I'm in my room.
isolating himself so he can do his own research on
Yeah.
matters that I could very well personally help him find the
I'm
answer.
doing my own research. I'm on YouTube right now.
I am absolutely fine with that. I'm just laughing at the
God.
irony that I am literally your encyclopedia for this matter. And
I saw a
you're-
Facebook post on
you're
this.
choosing not to.
Yeah.
You want
Okay,
to do it yourself. I'm cool.
I
with that.
watched 2 videos on this subject.
I'll pull out like the clamshell stuff out of my thing, and I'll say like, is there any type of, how do I want to word this?
You got it. You got a
Any
guy
type
who's
of
basically a bounty hunter
Significant
who's
crafting value of this clamshell?
Oh, okay. The answer is yes.
remember who's
The shell have the kind
low
of like
craft.
properties where it would take well to a magical enchantment?
Yes.
How's the weather down there?
See what
That's my last question.
Okay.
irrelevant.
Basically, yeah. I just feel like. Actually, I should say this. I say never.
Ever?
Yeah.
The weather's nice. I love it. Okay. So that was a ritual spell. So 5th level OP non-spell slot spell. I like that.
All right. Cool. So yeah, they expected it all. All right. Yeah, he's like confused. Like wait a minute. I've never seen someone actually use this spell.
I've divided the 2 liters up into 4 like half-liter vials, and I keep 2 of them in my bag of holding. and then eventually I'll come out into the main room and be ready to talk to everybody else once they're done with all of their stuff.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you come out and you see Gordon in the kitchen. He's got one of his summoned elves helping him cook with the vest on, and you see a tentacle sticking out of a pot as
Nice.
it's boiling.
In Risk's room, you're basically hearing mild cacophonous. Poof, as I'm experimenting with gunpowder to like make the right formula for the grenades because the first time I've actually actively looked into this. Because everything else has just been magically boom.
It's fun. So as I was telling you before, Krivdar working on his ice cream. You know, and so he's I don't know if you ever saw I think it was Bloodsport where they would rub their hands in the glass and then cover it with the thing. If you
Yeah.
remember that,
Yeah.
he's basically doing that, but with the ice cream. He's sticking his hands in it with the ice cream. Just he's not selling this ice cream. It's just his method. You know, like he gets into it and he tries to understand it. You know, become one with the ice cream, as it were. And you know, and
Polymorph into
then
yourself into a blob of ice cream. It's like I am one with the cream.
That, yeah, you can.
if you want to go that deep, I was just saying hands, but
I mean, you can go.
And-
You can go like an ice cream ooze.
like you
Or-
could say it's like an ice cream ritual if you want to. You know, like
Okay.
again, similar to like the blood sport scene where he's putting the hands in the glass. But yeah, and then after that, you know, he like wipes his hands and then writes it down on the notepad, and then he does it again and then writes another thing down on the notepad. And you know, over time, Krivdar develops the skill of chill touch. So there you go.
Ah,
Oh, you're trying to learn
Okay.
chill touch.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because
Well, it's one of the things you can learn. Okay, and
yeah.
I get you.
And that's good.
That's the flavor text. Got it.
Yes. Flavor text indeed.
Good.
Okay. Anything else?
Renan is basically sort of holed up in his room. We occasionally like see him like coming out to like grab a snack and stuff, but he is, seems like very distraught and just mentions to a group that he's going to need some time to like recover and get back into his usual spirits.
Yeah. Take all the time you need, buddy.
So I think that's everybody, Vane.
Okay.
All right then. Cool. Yeah. So basically, what else?
If you don't mind, I'd like to do a performance check to see how many dishes I can create out of these. I keep wanting to call them Murlocs, but I know that's not the name.
More.
Morkoffs, yeah.
Wow.
Do I have any bonus for having a assistants to help me cook?
I mean, they have to have essentially like proficiency with it. If they have proficiency, then you can get advantage.
Oh, okay.
So if they have proficiency with cooking, like if they have cooking, like their cooking skill, like you do, like you basically have that.
Mhm.
Basically, you use cooking utensils. Essentially, there's like an item for it. So if they're also good with it, with those items specifically, they like it like you are, then yeah.
At the moment, I'm still training him, so I don't think they'd have it just yet.
Okay, so those give you like let's say +2.
Okay.
That's funny. You're like, not too much salt, not too much salt. You're ruining it.
Where's the lamb sauce? Total of 19.
Okay, good. Yeah. So, how much are we trying to make?
I'm bringing about 10 pounds of the Morkov meat, trying like say 5 different recipes.
Okay.
See what sort of stuff works.
So yeah, you're able to successfully make a bunch of different recipes with it. All of them taste pretty good. Like some of it. So I mean, or your goal was just to experiment with a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah, and to try and figure out if there's any sort of like specialty dish I can make that would like improve somebody's abilities, either like resisting psionic incursions or like
Ooh.
beam or like magically inclined.
Okay, so you want trying to use it as make it look like kind of like a magic food
A
item.
party buff, yeah.
Okay. Let me see.
I wonder if there's any potions that do that these could go into.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, basically, you could think of it like essentially, if you basically you could think of like your cooking your food essentially as like a party buff to some extent. So we could say, if you're eating more Koth meat, you're essentially getting like +2 resistance to like, saving throws, like for like intelligence saving throws.
Okay.
For that day essentially.
Hmm.
So we'll go ahead.
Sounds good.
Okay. So whoever eats it will get those +2 to intelligence saving throws.
Mhm.
Okay.
You note that down.
Is there anything else? Oh, sorry, I forgot to post this. This is the name of the thing I told you about. Risk on the binders block from the ice plane. That was a rare, the very rare crafting material.
What does the binders block do?
It's basically another form of like another very rare crafting material. Essentially, lets you take objects that are that normally don't fit together very well. They can't fit together, and it forces them to fit to work together. So you can take things that normally aren't compatible, essentially, and make them compatible, and not break down, not like fall apart, and basically not repel each other essentially as well. So you can deal with stuff that normally, like in magnetism wise, or might repel each other, or something other purpose that might repel each other for other reasons, or just not, So now you can with that, and it'll have some mechanical benefit as well. But like, yeah, that's the main
With the
thing.
binders block and the unguent, we could put their 3 short guys into a giant trench coat and they would form one perfect person.
I know.
Maybe. But yeah, you have a lot less of the binders block than you do of the engine. You have the most of that because you spend time farming essentially that, or getting a bunch of that. That binders block you don't have that much of. But yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Let's see what else. Okay, cool. All right. So what do you guys want to do after that? Are you guys you finish your day crafting? Are you gonna do anything with the bounty? You're going to talk to each other. You're gonna hang out. Or are you just gonna spend the day separately?
Probably want to talk to Ekrist about the stuff.
So yeah, I will be like, okay, hey, we had these 6 ducks, and I'll point out that they different faces, and I'm not sure what that means. I don't know if we want to like get further. Maybe one of you guys knows something about it.
Hmm.
I'll show that one of them contained the pearl of power. And then I'll take out the 2 vials of the liquid, not all 4, and say that we required a liter of this stuff. And I mentioned its value and kind of what it's good for, and
Okay.
like that.
I'll look at one of the vials, and if I could, do an investigation on them to see if I can
Sure. It's
better
just-
ascertain their properties.
okay. Also, you might want to do like a deception check because telling them you got like a leader.
Hmm.
Me?
Yeah,
A
because you're,
deception check?
yeah, because you're saying you only got a leader and you got 2.
And Risk was up there with you, so.
I mean, it's hard to tell how much there
Okay,
was. But
first, I would like to do something stealthily. Okay, no. Again, I want to back up. Risk knows what was in there. He doesn't know what I recovered.
yes,
Mhm.
that's correct.
Yep.
But he doesn't know you're lying to him, but you are lying to him. So
I want to make eye contact with Krivdar or some way stealthily give him a wink or a nod so that he knows I'm lying to the other 2 guys. But in a way that I want him to go along with me. So I don't know if you need like a stealth check for that.
Okay, so that would be more like a basically what happened essentially is that you can do like a Krivdar, you can do like a
Yes.
check, an insight check to see if you
Insight?
insight to check to see if you recognize what he's getting at, with his wink, and you can do
Sure.
and then Chris can do like a performance check essentially. I guess the performance to see.
13.
Yeah. Okay, 13, good.
Well, it'd be a deception, wouldn't it?
Well, no, I'm trying to persuade
Oh, you're. Oh,
Krivdar
Yeah, this is
to
separate.
go along.
He also has
Mhm.
deception too for
go along
you,
with
but
it,
yeah. So he's just so you get him for that, and then then what's called you do I guess the rest of you guys, whoever's in there, also do insight checks to see if you recognize what's going on.
But I guess I am trying to deceive the other 2 guys,
Yes.
though, so I can
Yes.
still do a
Mhm.
deception.
Yeah,
if
you still
want
do
me to.
deception because of that. Yeah.
And we're pretty insightful bastards, so.
Yes,
I'm rolling
I get the
terrible.
lowest.
Oh, okay. So
I'm
Perception
So you're like, yeah, I only got this bit, right, Cribdar?
wink. You wink very poorly.
Yeah, and you
wink is like
you
mod.
out loud say wink. Like
It's basically equivalent of mod wink. It doesn't work very well. It's very blatant. It's very obvious. It's not subtle in any way.
All right.
So your wink.
As soon as I realize the jig is up, I'm gonna be like, all right, here was my plan.
like
I have a spell
I-
called Modify Memory. Risk, I was gonna modify your memory to think this was all I got. That way, when you go in to negotiate, they'll believe everything you say because you'll believe everything you say.
and I
And
while
now
you're saying
that
that,
you,
I just pat you on the leg and say it's like this is why we're not letting you talk during negotiations.
I'm not going in there, just you alone with a modified memory, thinking this is all we got. I can still do this. I just have to cast a spell on you
Well-
twice to modify your memory from last night and right now. We can do
Hold off
restore, greater restoration to bring you back afterwards.
I do have it prepared, but I do need to do some shopping.
Cool. Hold off on that. I'm gonna now look at the liquid and see if I can at least figure things out about it. Like let's figure out first what we've got, and then we'll plan on how we act.
I would like to pick up one of the ducks
Sure.
and see if I can. Can I do a history check on the duck?
Sure, you can try
And
to.
then if I do well, I'd be like, oh, this is such and such duck.
Okay, you can try
Okay.
to.
Just let him get my crappy rolls out of the way early, though.
Here,
Yep,
I'm gonna
yep.
do a history roll.
Okay.
And I got 13.
Okay, not bad.
No.
Not bad. Okay,
Mm.
cool. So basically, what happens is, yeah, you look at, you try to think about, you recognize that these are, objects made to sit in a tub or some other liquid form of liquid to like float in there. You're not sure why they all have different faces. You might guess that they're like meant to resemble people. You're not sure what people they're resembling, but like it's hard to really know much more. Like they seem like these items are more personal items. Like they're not like normal items. Like the material, the crafting of it seems decent, but nothing like spectacular. So it might be like an
Okay.
amateur, like making something fun for themselves or something. You're not sure.
So the owner got them like personally made or something.
Yeah, either they got the personally made, or they can get a personally made, or they made themselves. Either way, it's not like super high quality, but it's not bad. It's just, hey, there's some fun rubber ducks. That's all.
Got it.
As far as you
For
can
me,
tell.
so while he's looking at the ducks, I just want to look at like one of the half-liter vials that Ekris has kind of shown us, and just see if I can at least figure out like is this like how valuable would this thing be
All right.
compared to the bounty?
All right, so you did the same
And
thing.
also just generally like figure out what the hell it is, because
Okay.
I know we did like a brief identify, but it was like shit happened.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna keep talking to Risk and be like, okay, so my plan was for us to turn only half of this in, but in a way that we still get the full bounty and get to keep half of it. That's why I was trying to deceive you, but it's costing me spell slots to do this. But the more I have to explain to you, the less you know, the better.
Or
Do you trust
since
me?
the bounty was not specific about what it was, we could just say, hey, we found some ducks.
But again, if you let me modify your memory, your deception will be 10 times better because you'll believe what you're saying.
And I'm agreeing with that, but let's first find out, is this thing worth that plan? Or if we just go
We
with
have
fully...
about 3 minutes to make a decision, or my spells are not going to
While
work.
he's doing that, I'm also like eyeballing the thing. 'Cause he's making me waste time on this thing. I got a 31 on investigation on the liquid. I now know everything.
Oh god, damn it. Okay, yeah.
Well,
You
Like,
somehow.
I'm
Yourself
like,
a full
I'm like
score.
one eyeball is on him,
Yourself a
one
full
like Jekyll eye on this thing. And my brain is like fully focused on this, but I'm making it look like I'm listening to him.
Okay. So, despite the lack of time, like you somehow are able to discern with your incredible insight into things, into investigating into objects that are made.
All things crafting materials.
Exactly. You
Yes.
somehow are able to determine a ton of information about these Undead basically you're looking at. So Undead is like basically everything I said before. You know that I told Ekris, but even more essentially that you basically can tell its monetary value is more specific, and it's probably equivalent of like 20,000 G for how much it is. And
Do I know like
and that's what you
like for the full 2 liters, or for like the half liter?
that,
could be
that,
worth
that that's
that
for
much?
the
Like,
1 liter he showed you.
So all 2 liters is what, like 40,000?
40,000, and
Up
we're
to.
getting
Mhm.
we're getting
Okay,
a quarter.
up
of
to,
that.
right, if you can find the right
You have
guy.
to
up
find the
to.
right buyer. Yeah.
Right, but so basically we're getting the equivalent of a quarter of the value of what this is, because it's more
Yeah.
likely
Mhm.
this is the treasure.
Theoretically, we don't know.
Yeah.
Theoretically,
Because again,
all
because
we
you got
know is
lots
the
of,
pearl power. For all we know, it's the pearl power.
Yeah.
could be lots of things.
Gordon's going to interject. The pearl of power seems nice, but if we keep it in one of the ducts and we turn that in as what was found for the bounty, that's at least something of a magical nature, which could explain the value of the treasure.
Mhm.
But now that I've like got that, I also want to just look at the damn ducks. Just like say,
Mhm.
are these things just random toys that he just threw in there just for shits and giggles?
Okay.
Like, would I do a history check or would I do an investigation?
It's some investigation as well, because you're just looking at the actual way it's made, and not like the history of ducks or anything. You know, not like the.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
history of
like
ducks.
do these things, are they basically like Transformers? Are they more than look? More than
More
meets
than
the eye?
meets the eye. Yeah.
Sure.
Duck formers.
Duck formers. Sorry.
19.
Oh my god! Yeah, plus 1.
Not
All right.
as
Okay, cool. So yeah, 19. Yeah, you would tell again based on what I mentioned before that what other people have seen. They're rubber ducks. They're amateurly made to seem like they're not like terrible quality, but they're not like super good or anything. They seem to have no
for all we know,
special properties.
these are the pirates like little hobby of either making or collecting toys.
Maybe, who
These
knows?
little
Maybe it's like equivalent of
Mhm.
like Jimmy's what's it called, those Funko Pops. You don't know. So
Oh yeah. Hey, they have value. I'm just saying.
I would say
Yeah.
maybe, yeah. So you don't know.
So did Beanie Babies, and we
Pro-
saw how long those lasted.
Exactly. Probably not worth 10,000. Probably not worth 1,000, but you never know. I mean, again,
It depends on who's asking.
exactly. Sentimental value. So who knows? But anyway, so yeah,
Yeah.
you tell her all the information basically I told yeah, because basically you guys got
Oh.
similar roles, I think. So
Oh. So before we decide to have my memory zap, here's a question.
It's too late at this point, so never mind. Because I can only modify 10 minutes of your memory. We spent
I
20
feel
minutes
like-
doing this.
Yeah, but within a 24-hour period, though. It hasn't been 24 hours since
Right,
the fight.
but now you've had this conversation and the stuff from last night. I can't do both anymore. That's
Fair
why I
enough.
was trying to put a time limit on it. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
Well, you shouldn't have wasted all that time just investigating the stuff on your own.
I had to. If I investigate with you, again, my spell would not have worked.
exactly.
But it's okay.
It's strategy.
It's
It didn't
okay.
end up working out, but it's fine. It was a valid
I
strategy.
was not able. I should have played it different. Like I should have gotten Cribdar in on it first, so we could have deceived you together. That's my fault.
Yeah, use them as a.
I'm
And I do
okay
think
with the
it was.
modified memory plan. It's just like,
it's-
I want to know what we're walking into, because we could have either done that,
But that's-
or we basically said, no, we didn't have any liquid at all.
I understand, but to make the lie that you were going to tell the negotiators real,
Yes.
you needed to know as little as possible.
Basically, you need to
But
not
it's
be
in your
alive.
nature. It's in your nature to know everything, and I should have planned for that.
Yes.
Yes.
It's all right, buddy.
On the
It's
bright
all right.
side, I've got a little something to be able to help. Try some of the soup, Risk.
Insight check.
It's like, yeah.
Does it
And also
say
let me
on
know how you like
bounty
the spices.
Specifically, what they're looking for, or no?
I guess I'll just do a persuasion check. So
Wait, sorry.
Well, I just
Oh.
did insight on like, hey, try this soup. It's like,
Wait, sorry, Jimmy.
in the middle of a conversation about how to plan a heist, basically, and you're wanting to give me soup. But it's like 7. It's like, I can eat.
So sorry, Jimmy, what were you asking?
I said, when you look at the bounty,
Yes.
like to get this, does it say specifically what we're looking for, or there's no description?
Just said it was dread, pirate, towards treasure.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it's very vague.
So they don't know what's in the treasure.
Well,
Gotcha.
they didn't say. So you don't know if they know or not. You don't know if they don't know. You don't know if there's like some other
Nope.
reasons they're Vegas. But
So here's a thought we could also try. We go to them not to give the bounty, but just to like say, hey, we're gonna go do this like tomorrow. Could you give us some more details on what we're looking for so we know that we're not bringing back the wrong things?
sure.
Could at least try to see like, hey, what do you know? And if they come back and say, we don't know shit, we're just wanting to have somebody find what was there. We just know where it is. Bring it. And then it's like, hey, this is all we found.
Okay.
I mean, we could even just like say, hey, give us like maybe half the bounty or something like that just for going there and, the trouble.
Seems
Well,
like
they
quite a-
usually don't pay just for the trouble, but yeah, I know
Right.
what you mean.
Right, but we could at least try to get compensated even just a small fraction of the price that
Mhm.
we were being paid.
1/10 up front.
We can
Yeah,
get free gold in a party.
I mean, at the very least, then we know like, hey, we're now sitting on 40K worth, potentially worth of material. So we
Mhm.
can either like use for ourselves and sell off if we need to make some extra coin, on the spot. So that's one thought.
I've got an idea. Hold on a sec. Gordon's going to go back to the kitchen, pull out his silver wok, and he just starts staring into it as like steam rises. And I'm casting scrying on Dread Pirate Tord to see if he's in the plane of sigil.
Okay. Guys, what the hell is this right now? I don't remember scrying. I've seen scrying before many times, but I can't recall exactly. Let's see what we got.
Mhm.
So let's see.
Yeah. So
I think it can only, I can't remember if it's like it can only be on that plane of existence that you're scrying
yeah,
on.
it has to be on the plane of existence. I'm just trying to see if there's like if maybe the person that set the bounty was Dread Pirate Tord, and for some reason he couldn't go back to where he left them stuff.
Well, if I remember right, the location of like where I delivered it is basically the same as the other one I did, right? It was the same
You go
location.
back to the bounty office and they tell you where to take it.
Well, no, I saw. Well, the like where
'Cause
to
we
go
got
was in the
the-
bounty information. It was in the what was it? Petitioner Square,
Holic Concordance.
Rotten Row, I think it was.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about like Carl's, like Ron, like Carl's.
Carl's
like,
Casino.
Basically,
Carl's
yeah.
basically, like where we drop off the bounty is
Yeah.
basically those guys again, or we can tell from like where we have to
Or-
drop it off.
Close enough. Yeah.
Close enough, yeah. Yeah, could you just like help us recall like where we were, like where the details were, like where we had to drop it off in the bounty when we got it?
Yeah, like it wasn't clear about basically it was like you have to you're gonna have to go back to basically like basically go
Bulletin
back-
board and be like, hey, where's this guy from? Or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, what-
basically this normal a lot of the bounties they're pretty vague about what to talk to until later until they get more information until they know like you've like let's say you've got essentially basically you talk to the guy behind the desk who you don't know the name yet but basically the hobgoblin guy and you'd be like hey we've essentially completed this quest now now that we've completed it where do we go because somebody's like have like they want like they don't want people who are not serious and who haven't like progressed to like to ask more questions so they might be purposely vague to be like okay wait until they actually get farther or until they contact you again then we'll so
I could go to the bounty board and say like, hey, we've done some research and legwork, we're about prepared to do it, I just need to get some more details from the guys who's asking about the bounty.
yeah and then depending on what they feel and you might be able to do it it depends on what the orders you got from the bounty in the first place because the bounties he put the bounties up and he gets like information from the people posting the bounties I mean it's like some of the clients are very secretive for various reasons, and some of them are not. But the ones you guys have gotten so far have been pretty secretive. Yeah. So
Now I'm basically going to get in the habit of if the bounty's too vague, find out who's posting the bounty and ask questions.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can't keep going, head first into nothing.
We just keep taking a little tear off and running away with it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ask questions is good for sure. I mean, especially if people are being too vague. But
So, Vaden, if he's on the plane of sigil, because I've only heard of him, I've never met the guy. He has a +5 to his save.
Okay, go. Let me see. Do a roll. See if this person exists here. Let's see.
Wisdom save versus his spell DC.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he has to beat a 15.
I'll just do wisdom. Okay.
And he gets +5.
So
Yeah.
he has to get a 9 or lower.
+5 and whatever his wisdom
Ooh.
modifier is.
Right.
Nat 20.
Ah!
You have no.
But on the
clue.
bright side, he doesn't know if that I was trying to do this. So.
Still free barbs.
Yep.
Got the place.
Wait. If it works, that means he's within 60 feet of me.
that is true. If he does,
Cryptar was the Dread Pirate Tord all along.
if I need mateys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they have to take the secret to the grave.
Mhm.
No clue.
I've come for me booty.
Boss music just starts playing all of a sudden.
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
All the ducks transform into dragons.
Exactly.
Oh, it's Quackthulhu from Critical
Oh,
Role.
God.
Quackthulhu.
They're all Quackthulhu.
Oh no. It's just tentacles are all ducks. Different ducks on each tentacle.
All right. So basically, guys, we've decided that we're gonna pretend we don't have the stuff yet. Investigate more about the bounty, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. You need like assistance doing that in the form of extra people with you or spells to buff you. What would you like?
Probably enhance ability on charisma because I only got a +1, so
Mhm.
any type of deception or persuasion or anything like that is going to be pretty
Well,
bad.
who's good at charisma here?
I think you're the best.
who's-
Probably you are, Krypton.
I mean-
We're all like crazy crafters and inventors, but like none of us
Like-
have like really
like-
good people
we're
skills.
good at
except for
figuring
Krypton.
shit out, but like convincing people to go against their best interests is not our forte.
Yeah, you have no real face of the group, so Cryptar's your
We
best
pretty
guy.
much tried to convince a clam person to basically let us go or die, and they chose death.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'll go with you until we get close. Risk, and then just before we separate, I will cast Intellect Fortress on you,
Okay.
which will give you advantage on Wisdom, Intelligence, and Charisma saving throws. Not checks though. Somebody else got to help you with that.
And
But
you've
it'll also-
got a +2 on saves from the special soup I has made.
Okay, so
Okay,
what we can do also
cool.
is like I'm sure what's called help you. Renan will probably just help you out and cast the spell
Enhanceability.
yeah, so you can get
Mhm.
advantage on your. I assume he would do that. So
While you do
Also-
that, I'm going to investigate the shops and like arcane places to see if I can get a feel for is there a buyer for this ungent in town?
got it.
I'll
Be
go with you, Ekris,
Careful of
because
that,
I need
though,
to pick
'cause
up
if
some
somebody knows
materials.
you're trying to sell it or something like that. That might.
Oh,
get
we'll
back
be
to
super stealthy. Don't worry about it.
Famous last words.
Also, I have this, and I have not yet found a need or a reason to use it. Potion of mind reading, so that
Mm.
let me at least get surface thoughts, as long as I don't try to delve too deep,
Yeah, it's true.
because that could then be problematic.
Mhm.
Because it's a DC 13. If I try to
Dig too deep, yeah.
yeah, and that. So I started asking just general questions, get the immediate surface thoughts, like, okay, they're
Mhm.
holding back some shit. So probably do that when we're at the bounty people themselves.
Yep.
But I don't, because I'm guessing the potions like that usually only last for about an hour or something like that.
Oh no, that's a minute.
It's a minute.
Hmm. So basically, you chug it before you go in and tow.
Oh yeah, I just put in the detect thoughts, but
Yeah,
yeah,
better action
Yeah.
quickly. Yeah, 'cause-
concentration up to a minute. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. So Rand will load you
Oh.
up when you're ready, and you'll have an hour of
I probably wanted
The-
to get a little flask or something like that and just chug it as soon as I'm it's in the mean, so it doesn't look like I'm taking a potion.
yeah, it's a little 5-hour energy shot.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, try to disguise it.
just taking my drugs. Don't mind me.
Yeah, you're gonna be wired.
Pretend to be drunk, but again, my deception is crap. So it's I'm not the face of a heist movie. I'm the guy who goes in and takes the stuff.
I'm thinking more and more we gotta have Cryptar go with you, man.
It's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, Krivdar, what is your charisma?
16.
Oh, my charisma is 16 plus 3. So
Plus
think
3 on
he's
the
got-
modifier. Yeah.
yeah, so
I think he's proficient in a couple of those things too, where none of us are.
He has
Oh, no.
plus, he is proficient. Actually, he's not
I'm
proficient.
good at
He's not
I'm good
proficient
at
in-
reading a
Oh,
person.
really?
I'm not good
Yeah,
at
he's not.
bullshitting a person.
He's not proficient.
I'm not proficient in that,
if-
but I have a
If
good amount of
if
charisma.
my
Just
previous
roll lucky.
character Seek was here, I could bullshit my way through the whole goddamn thing. That's why I built the character the way I
And that's why I was going to modify our memories.
Yeah.
Alas.
Well, Ekris, if we wait until
Well, you could
tomorrow, you could use a 6th level spell slot as well. You could get 3 modify memories in.
Well, to be fair though, you haven't told
Yeah.
us that what you put on the table is all we got. The 2 half liters. So you could still like at least modify like.
Well,
you
no,
know,
no. He tried to deceive us,
What-
and we were like, "Yeah, no, dude."
You guys
it's
are
not
all
that."
like bullshit. So I
Yeah.
pulled it all out. I put all the cards on the table.
Yeah. So yeah.
But if we're doing the turn in tomorrow, you'll have 3 spell slots. That's 30 minutes of time.
I mean, I still could do that today. I do have the 3 spell slots. I
mean,
just don't want to use.
The thing is, like, you guys
all
have been
my
talking for a
spell
while,
slots.
so like, it's probably gonna be more than 30
Yeah.
minutes.
So
Yeah.
let's forget that plan.
Okay.
It was a good
Well,
idea.
then-
It was,
Mhm.
but oh,
Well, then
Keep it in
I
mind for next
I
time.
basically got Tasha's caustic brew, and I'm gonna make some smoke bombs. So if we need to make a getaway, I
yeah.
have ways to do it.
Yep.
Nice.
I don't have the darkness spell, so I might as well make a smoke screen.
So
Mm.
yeah, we'll go to like what, a few blocks away from where you're gonna go check the bounty board and talk to that guy. We'll split off to do our shopping and
Mhm.
wheeling out.
Yeah.
Then we'll hook up again an hour later once all these spells
Yeah.
are worn off.
Yeah.
I think I'll just like give you like a list of like, hey, pick up material for like gunpowder and like just like
Mhm.
write down like what I know for like a smoke screen kind of thing, and just get crafting
Mhm.
materials for me.
Oh,
Tell me how
I'm
much
also
gold- yeah.
interested in getting some gauntlets of ogre power made, because I tend to be up front, and currently I'm using way too many concentrations to have shillelagh available. But this way I've got a just like whack option if I need it.
I think those are like only like an uncommon, so we can probably craft them like super easy.
Mhm. Yeah, so Goran will just like check in with Risk for like what sort of materials he would need.
Yeah, because I could like infuse it, so I'm generally have like an idea of like how those things.
Mhm.
Yeah, you already know. You made it.
Even though I don't have it, even though I don't like know it now, because I kind of shift those things out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're uncommon. Yeah. So
So yeah, I just
Yeah.
like
If they
give
weren't
another list.
attunement, I
get-
would have already made like 5 of them for everybody, but they use up all the attunement slots.
Yeah. Well, I'm only using one at the moment, so.
I got like 1 or 2
That's
minutes
the
slot
thing,
left.
yeah. I'm mine are all full, and I think Renan's are all full now with the pearls,
Yeah.
so that's the
I got-
problem for me.
I got 4 total
Mhm.
and 3 are already taken up.
Yeah,
And
damn.
as far as fists are like, eventually I get like I think 5 or
Four, yeah.
6 total
Mhm.
over time.
something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, you get the most. Yeah.
Also, just to let you know, in case somebody needs it, I can also, if I need to switch something out, make a spell refueling ring, which can get you like an extra 3rd level or lower back for spell. Cloak of Protection, which is basically boosting your AC by I think like 1 or 2. Repeating Shot, so example, Krivdar with your crossbow, if you don't have any bolts left, I could just basically make your crossbow like make magical bolts, like just basically like have infinite ammo is basically what it would give you.
Mm.
It'd give you like a +1 bonus to attack and damage, and it gives you it lets you like ignore the loading property, so you don't have to do like a bonus action, reload
Mhm.
kind of thing.
Reload.
I could also do the Parapet of Wound Closure, so it basically gives you keeps you from going unconscious one time.
That's convenient.
So if I need to like switch out something, which the only thing I could probably switch out right now is either the Ring of Mind Shielding or the Winged Boots,
Mhm.
which you probably like saw me like as I'm coming out of my room, I'm like just basically like the cartoon character with like the smelling the smoke from the pie kind of thing. Just-
Sure.
Mhm.
that like gives me like 4 hours of light.
Mhm. Alright, I think we're pretty much set on our plans, unless
Okay, we got groups
Cryptar
of
wants to
people,
do
right?
something else as well.
Are you gonna go with Krivdar and negotiate with Risk, or are you doing something else?
Yeah,
Well,
I'll go
first
with-
I'm just gonna go to the bounty board and just like set up a meeting.
Sure.
Mhm.
So I guess you could still come with me, like find out that info and then go to where the meeting is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or at least
absolutely.
find out where the meeting is and then we plan. If
Yep,
shit
that's
goes
what I'll do.
sideways.
Mhm.
Well, just before we get there, then I'll cast the Intellect Fortress on you.
Okay.
Maybe what
And
that
in
does.
fact, hang on one second. Yeah, I'm gonna have to refresh. It won't let me post it
And
to
I
chat.
know it gives me like advantage on intelligence or something like that, or it gives me like resistance.
All mine ones: intelligence, charisma, and wisdom.
That gives me like resistance to attacks on that, or
No, you get
on-
advantage on saving throws if someone tries to spell you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and also gives resistance to psychic damage. So
Psychic
that's
damage, yes.
Pretty cool. Yeah, it's good to
Which
know.
Um,
and I'm also now immune to other people reading my thoughts. So anybody try to magically read my thoughts, they can't do it.
You know how we basically
Yeah,
how,
I'm
basically
gonna-
how like
Here, I'll
Magneto's
put in the-
helmet.
yeah,
Yeah.
make it Mr. X, yeah, make sure.
I'll put the
I cast Intellect Fortress at 4th level, so Krivdar and Risk are both protected
Got
as
it.
long as I
Nice.
concentrate for an hour.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
And-
Mhm.
I kind of like let everybody know I have this that ring, and then they'll also like see it like just turn invisible, and I just tell them like, so if I die, make sure to get that ring off my corpse because my soul will be in that thing, and you have 4 days to get me back, or the ring disappears and my soul goes bye bye. Because I made it and it's an artificer infusion, so it lasts 4 days after I die.
Okay.
Sounds good. If for whatever reason we can't get you into 4 days, I can now reincarnate you into possibly a different being.
There you go.
How long
Okay.
does enhanceability last?
An hour, I think.
An hour, and it does basically the same thing just for a single stat.
Yeah.
But it
so
gives,
so-
well, I think
Well,
it's
no,
more
no,
ability
enhanced
checks.
gives-
Mine is
yeah, it's
saving
ability
throws.
check.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, this is saves, and enhanced ability lets you do advantage on checks
It's
on
one
one
type.
specific.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
One type.
One.
So
Probably
pick
charisma.
whichever flavor of enhanceability you like.
I'm sure it's Eagle Splendor for Charisma,
cr-
right?
it'd be-
Yeah.
Mhm.
Charisma.
yeah.
Charisma.
Because
It's-
Well, should we do it on Kribdar then? Because he does have the highest charisma.
Well,
in the group.
yeah, I did
Yes.
go with him. He was supposed to be the
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Like-
Can you upcast it?
Let me
Uh,
double
yes, you
check.
can. Yes, you can. Yeah, you can. You can cast
If,
it.
if you want to use the slot, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say Renan does it. We'll say
I
Renan does both
think
of
we're
you.
basically gonna like
Might as
get
well.
our info, get our shit, take a
Yep.
night to like plan and create, and then get our spell slots back.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, he'll do that. So we're.
Because I am going to be like spend the night like basically doing grenades and smokescreen bombs kind of things to
Mhm.
like, if we need to make a quick getaway next day.
All right. You guys want to
Sounds
go
good.
first because we're splitting the party, and then we'll come back to us doing our shopping.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
So me and Crypto are gonna go once we get all these enhances to the bounty board office. Hall of Records, was it?
Hollow Concordance. But yeah.
Hall of Concordance. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's a unnecessarily complicated name, but I like it.
Yeah.
Concordance is a fun word.
The HOC.
Yes.
God.
Just that's on HOA.
You got to get it out of Hawk.
Ad
Yeah.
hoc, yeah, that's right.
It's ad hoc.
Okay, so you guys head over to the Hollow Concordance. Who's you guys see all of you or just Kristen or Krivdar and Risk?
I think it'd just be Kribdar and Risk because
Yeah, we're
we're
simultaneously
going
going to go shopping. We'll
Okay.
get to
Yeah,
that
like-
later.
Like I
Okay.
basically gave them the shopping list of like what it would take to
Okay.
get what they need. And
Okay, so that's take your
I
shopping.
basically like I give them like the gold or something like that. And they, you just
Mhm.
help
Don't stand
it
in that
after
one
and I'll
place.
Yep. Come back with just bags of candy.
I heard candy and
Like-
ice cream.
I can make something out of this, but it's not going to be what you want.
Hey, so making ice cream armor. Come on.
Yeah.
God.
I mean,
Or
are we
candy
going to
cane.
fight, Willy Wonka and Candyland?
Maybe. You never know.
Our armor for all of us is like a hard candy shell. We're just M&Ms.
Yeah.
I just start chucking jawbreakers at people.
and if you guys
Put
don't
a
know,
large spell, so it's like giant boulder.
if you guys haven't watched it, or if you guys have access to it, I think it's called Dropout. Dropout has Dropout's like College Humor's website. They have like
Mhm.
a bunch
Oh yeah,
of
the
they have one
the candy
they have a,
Candyland
yeah
kind of
they
thing.
have a Candyland kind of thing called a Crown of Candy, and also the Ravening War.
That's it.
So those two are both like literally everyone's a candy form of candy or food or something like that. Usually more foods, but like
There's like another place that's like all vegetable land or something.
exactly,
like that.
it's hilarious.
Mhm.
But-
food and sweet based
Yeah.
people and more for people.
That's good. But yeah, I just mentioned because of this. But yeah, all right. So yeah, Kribdar and and Risk, you guys go to. We'll go that first. So you guys head over to the Hollow Concordance. Over there, as usual, the guy behind the table is a Harl Goblin. You normally see is sitting there behind the table, not really paying attention. He's just reading something, and occasionally drawing, and scribbling himself on the paper. Doesn't really notice you guys as you come in, and he seems to be just focused on it.
I immediately hop up and just basketball dunk slam on the bell to get his attention.
Okay.
This is why we're not people persons.
There's a reason why you're
Nope.
cursing, right? All right. See, you should jump onto the, or you slam your hand into the thing, or you're jumping on it with your feet, or like you're slamming your hands.
Well, I'm 3 foot tall, so my head goes like
Yeah.
Okay,
just
so,
at the edge.
okay,
of
so you
the
just jump
desk.
up a little bit,
So,
like slam. Yeah.
Like I do like a little basketball. I'm gonna dunk the ball in the basket.
Okay.
Jump to slam down on the bell.
Hmm.
So the noise instantly alerts, wakens him essentially out of his stupor of whatever he's focusing on. He's like, "What the hell?" Hey.
And all he sees is Krivdar because
Yeah, he's like,
and the top of my hat.
I see that. He looks around and says, "You know, you could just tell me I'm right here. You don't need to be so loud. The bell is more when I'm not sitting here. You know."
Well, it's just one of those things where you see a bell, you just gotta press it.
He takes the bell and puts it away. he moves it all. He's like, yeah, trust customers anymore. It's events.
He doesn't see me. I'm taking out a notebook. Make more bells.
With such power comes so much responsibility.
Hmm.
When you're a magical mad genius crafter, you're gonna abuse that power.
The beeping went so well.
What's beeping?
I think it's one of his sound effects.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, it's like
Make more
alright.
bells. Stop.
Oh, okay. I see. Hands on the phone. That's all. Okay. So but yeah, I'll let him know what happens afterwards. So yeah. So what do you guys do? He's like, all right. So what is it?
Oh, I look at it. It's like, hi, yes, I'm was the one looking into the bounty with the Dread Pirate Tord. I've been doing some research. I'm about to do it. I'm hoping if I can get in contact with the person who posted it to get a little more information because some of the details on here are kind of lacking, and I just want to talk with him to get some more information, if that's doable.
He looks at you like, maybe, I mean, you've been here before and you have completed a number of other bounties that were on the difficult
Yes.
side. So I think it's normally I'd be honestly say send you away and say, well, good luck. But I think since you've proven yourself such a way that I can try to contact the buyer. He says, one moment, please. And then you see him like looking up in the air, kind of like, and guess basically think of it as cast spell message. So he casts a spell message, essentially, it's in his head, essentially, and he's like, and then
Counter spell. Oh, sorry.
you're not there. You can't get it. But yeah, all that happened.
He was passing by this place. He was going the long way around just so he could peek in the door. Counter spell and then pop out.
Little did you know, Ekris got a bonus feat. He got Spell Sniper, so he can now counterspell from a mile out.
Yeah, so all that happened. Echoes,
Sorry.
all that happened. Echoes was just that like while you're on the phone was just that like they talked to the guy behind the right. They slammed the door, the bell on him, and then they said and then he's just asking what they want. You know, Risk mentioned
Yeah.
what. Oh, you heard it?
I'm up to date. Go
Okay,
ahead.
okay. So it's basically yeah. So he's like, all right. So after the message, after you wait a little bit, you see him like looking off into space. And he has the bell away from you guys. You can't as well to waking him away. He has after a few seconds or so, maybe 50 seconds. You see him send a message back and forth, and he's like, all right. The buyer is willing to meet with you. If you go to Carl's column, there is a guy there you could discuss it with. His name is Walter.
Does the location ring a bell? Is that the place we were at the last time?
Yep, Carl's column. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he just says it differently. So he's like Carl's column.
Yeah.
Yep, in Robin Row. So yep,
I was right. It's the same guys.
maybe.
At least the same relative group of guys.
He's like, all right. Is there anything else I can help you with, or are you?
Well, I'm about once I get this thing done. Is there like any other bounties I could at least look into?
Sure. Yeah, if you want to look at the bounty board, there's a bunch of bounties there as usual. One that seems relevant to you is that there's one for the fire plane, and it's also kind of vague, but this says specifically though. They said specifically, go to ask Embrance in the plane of fire about Oh, let me find his name specifically. Ask Embrance, and there's more specific for you, so you can actually do this. Okay. Okay. Ask Embrance at the obelisks of incandescence about this. This is very, very dangerous, so only the strongest adventurers should apply.
Obelisk of what?
Obelisks of incandescence. I will post it in chat. Obelisks.
So ask Embrance at the Obelisk of Incandescence about what?
About this quest. Basically, just
Oh, okay.
that's all.
Oh, so it doesn't
Mhm.
give the details on the question, just that this is the person who's posting, like, I have something to do, talk to me for details, basically.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
There's a quest from this guy. Go talk to him.
Yep.
Got it.
That's at least a little better than just simply,
Yeah.
like, go get the thing. What's the thing? It's a thing. Go get it. Find the guy. Who's the guy? He's a guy. You know the guy.
The guy.
The thing
Guy.
You know, the guy with the guy.
You know the
Uh,
You know
You
the guy.
know the guy.
He's the guy. He's
He's
the
just
guy.
his brother's cousin's roommate.
Like, I know a guy who knows a guy who's kind of familiar with a guy who doesn't really know a guy, but he kind of knows the guy.
So I want to just do a quick retcon. This is something that Ekris is basically going to do every morning when they get up, cast telepathic bond on everyone and mage armor on himself.
All right. It's all except like that one.
So those are both 8-hour long spells.
Okay.
Or wait.
That's why.
Tele-
Mhm.
telepathic bond might be longer.
I think
actually.
Telepathic Bond is not in concentration.
Maybe it's an hour. It's not concentration.
Oh,
it's
it's
ritual.
Not. That's right. That's why.
But
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
How long is it? Is it an hour?
I believe it's about an
Oh,
hour.
yeah. Well, that's an hour. Okay. Yeah. Only an hour.
It's an hour. Okay, so we left the place. We got 30, 40 minutes left or whatever.
Sure. That's fine.
Mhm.
I just realized this with the ring. So if somebody wants to magically try to determine if I am telling the truth, my ring prevents them from basically my ring lets me lie.
Oh,
They
nice.
can't tell if I'm lying or not.
Mm.
Cool.
Oh,
But only
they're-
if it's magically. If they're just like sizing me up with their eyeball kind of thing,
Yeah.
they can tell if they're good enough.
Sure.
But
So okay, cool.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Yeah. So I say yes. I say that. So, yeah. You find that bounty from the fire plane. That talks about I said
Okay.
some, and it says to talk to this person, Embrance from at the obelisk living incandescence.
You going straight to this Walter guy like right now? Is that what they
No.
said?
They said,
I mean, what,
oh yeah, the person behind the desk. He just said, I'll tell you his name because you guys never ask. His name is Gordon.
Gordon.
Oh, Gordon.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the name of Gordon. Yep. I mean, I made that name before you give me your name, so I count I'm keeping it.
Bastard.
Hey.
Uh.
So. Yep.
Mhm.
And while we leave, like, I don't know if I can do this or not, but while we're leaving, I want to see if I could do chill touch on the bell. Just press the bell.
Freeze it.
He took the bell away though.
he put it
Yeah.
behind the counter,
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, because it's a ghostly hand, and the ghost can go through anything.
Yeah, it's a range spell actually.
Touch it,
Right,
so.
Ghost is actually a range spell. I know it's kind of weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it feels very misnamed. And like it's
Mhm.
It's more like mage
fine if you
hand.
don't want to do it. I just thought it was
Yeah.
funny
Yeah,
because
you could do it.
it's
You could do it.
because
And
you create
And
a
it's similar to
ghostly
like
skeleton hand.
bone chill as well, where it's like I think it prevents
Yeah.
you from
Healing, yeah. It prevents them healing.
healing as
So,
well.
yeah.
Mhm.
So basically, it creates like a ghostly skeletal hand, face of a creature within reach. It is a ranged attack, but in case you're not doing an attack, you're just touching it. It does necrotic damage. The creature can't regain hit points. It's only got it's a 120-foot range too. It's the crazy part. It's 120-foot range.
Oh, wow.
It's got a massive
Yep.
range for a cantrip. Most cantrips are like 60 foot. So that's yeah.
Mhm.
Firebolt is 120.
Yeah, Firebolt's 122 is one of the few other ones. Yeah, that's super high. So yeah, I'm curious. What does your children look like, Kryptar? Is it special in any way?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is it
Can
just
you
is
repeat
it
that?
just a clump? Is it just a clump of ice cream that just?
Oh,
Describe the hand you create, I think.
Yeah.
Just
the,
kidding.
Mhm.
the hand is just, it's not a clump of ice cream, but it's a skeletal hand, but it has like if Frosty were melting, kind of like hand, so it's kind of like spectrally dripping, I guess.
Oh
is the
God,
word.
it's like
And,
ectoplasm.
it's bony, so
Yeah.
it's
Mm.
so it's like that. And then-
Fingernails are like waffle cone material.
Oh man,
If you want to do that,
I might just
sure.
slam her from
It's
like,
your stuff. It's your stuff. Do whatever.
No, I was just-
Ghostbusters,
Yeah,
yeah.
just like slides on
it's
my
like it's like a melting hand, but with bone.
Oh god,
Yeah.
yuck. All right.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
And
I was thinking more like a tree branch, kind of like swamp thing, sort of like skeletal structure of tree
well,
roots and
yeah,
things
it's
like
more
that.
of a
But
like what do they call
it
those
frosty?
things? Will o' the wisp kind of like looking kind of thing.
Okay.
But with
Yeah.
a hand. But
Got
it's if you're familiar with Will o' the
Yeah.
Wisp. Okay.
Mm.
And
Are
but
you
yeah, so-
communicating with the rest of us about this Walter guy? Like, are you filling us in with the telepathic bond?
well, I'm
Actually,
assuming
you
we
tell, like-
tell you when we get back, and unless
You don't have to because
we do have the telepathic
Yeah, you can, tell
bond.
them,
like
you,
you said.
you can tell them whatever you want. Essentially, as long as that bond exists.
Mhm.
Right. Trying to think with the ring I have, does telepathic bond even work? But I think this only like prevents people doing like detect thoughts and things like that.
Yeah,
think it's-
basically, you joined the Skype call and then you put your number as unlisted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Oh, so yeah, this thing would let me, and it actually does specify in here, creatures can telepathically communicate with you only if you allow it. So yeah, this thing would.
Okay,
Mhm.
cool.
Oh, so yeah, we're giving the info like, okay, we know who we're gonna ask for tomorrow.
At this
Well,
time,
Might I suggest that while we still have this saving throw protection on you guys, now is a good time to go do it. We don't have
Just
to
go
waste more
talk with
spells
them?
tomorrow. Yeah, just go straight
Okay.
there and talk to them.
I mean, we are trying to get info anyway, so yeah.
But
okay.
before you do
Yeah.
that, do we want to do some shopping so we kind of keep up the two groups in the same timeline?
Sure.
I mean, yeah, this only took like what 20 because it's not that far away from where our house is.
Right, like
No,
10,
I
20
know.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, let's go do some shopping, get our crafting material and stuff like that, and then
Mhm.
we'll go bob over to what's the name of the place again? It's like Carl's what?
Carl's column.
Carl's Casino. Oh, column.
Carl's
Yeah, yeah.
column.
Column,
Column.
yeah.
Column. Yeah.
Column.
I'll
Mhm.
put it
Yeah,
here.
when you do the
Yeah,
accent,
sure.
it's like I can't tell what that word is.
Sorry, but it's fine.
Yep.
Like no, I gotta keep doing it, but it's like it was just
There
hard
you
to
go.
understand. So.
I'll post stuff in the Discord chat so you can have it for
I see
reference.
that.
Oh,
It'd be
there we
easier
go.
Thank
because
you. Thank you.
it'd be
Yeah.
easier to see because if I put it in the D&D Beyond chat, then you can't see it unless you're in there. So it's easier. I'll just post
Right.
stuff
Yeah.
in there in Discord.
Fair enough.
Mm.
So yeah,
Ekarist only needs to do one shopping thing, and that is he needs like an expert seamstress
Hmm.
to
Okay.
make some
Oh, yeah.
really fancy, expensive robes.
Yeah.
He's actually gonna give the person a small amount of the mithril we have and some platinum, and he wants like little filaments of those threaded into the robes and everything. Like these are gonna be like $1,000 GP robes.
Okay.
So I need to find somebody who can do that. And we can do that in
Oh.
any order. So what are the
Oh,
other things that
well,
you guys
you
need?
need like a smith to like make them into filaments, and then somebody who can sew it into.
Well, I'll find those people, yeah. Or
Yeah.
we can even do that ourselves and bring it back to them. I just want to find
Yeah.
the seamstress or tailor first.
Oh yeah.
For Gordon, he needs effectively a bucket load of various types of cost-specific spell components. So, like, I need like special unguents and oils, and I need like diamond dust. And I need a couple of gems worth 1,000 GP, and blah 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 blah.
Okay. So
But
you mentioned that you need something. I need powdered diamond, at least 200 gold's worth of powdered diamond.
mhm.
okay.
Yeah, I'm getting like 600 gold worth of powdered diamonds. So,
So for stuff like that, as long as it's not super rare or anything, we can just say you basically you find it relatively easily in Sales Space. You can find a lot of stuff. It's a place where you can find it's just a place where you can find a lot of rare stuff in general, as long as it's not super rare. Yeah, you just say you found it and you just remove your GP and put it in your inventory. So
Deduct the
Sounds
gold put in
good.
inventory. Okay, cool,
yeah,
cool,
yeah.
cool.
So that stuff.
And then of course,
Right.
and then the other thing was feeling out like magic shops or potion shops or crafting shops. to
Yeah.
see this
That's-
ungent value and if there is such a thing as a buyer in town.
If you could talk to like Ellie if you want to. Ellie from Ellie's Exhilarating Elixirs. She might be someone you may talk to. She's an alchemist you talked to before. That she might be a good person to talk to. You could recall.
in
Before
addition,
we
I
do
also
that,
need to pick
would-
up some potions. So, yeah.
But before we do that, would she somehow be connected to the bounty people, or do we not know? Because we
Yeah,
don't
we-
want to sell the stuff and then find out, like, have the bounty
Yeah,
people find out we
let's
had
at least
it.
wait after we've done the
Mhm.
discussion. We start looking into
Yeah.
that.
Actually, good idea. We'll find out what Carl or Walter
Walter.
knows. Yeah, and then go from there.
Uh,
Okay,
mhm.
good idea.
So
Yeah,
So-
but Gordon's interested in picking up some additional healing potions for the group, as well as seeing if Ellie has any more of her specialty weird discounted potions, because
Sure.
he liked the idea of it, even though he hasn't actually gotten around to using any of the ones he picked up previously. So,
Okay. Got it. So yeah. So we'll do that. We'll do that after we do the off the wall trick. So, but yeah,
Mhm.
so yeah, but yeah, but she will have more stuff with that, more discounted potions in the bargain bin that are mysterious.
sounds good.
All right. So you guys are gonna head over to who's going to call
So I
Sal?
guess we're like all well. Are we doing shopping first and then going
We
there?
can
Like
do
how?
the shopping and then meet you at the column.
Hmm.
That's
Yes.
All right. Well, then
Carl's
I
call.
would just basically communicate to like both of you, like give me 400 gold worth of diamond dust for that, metal components for like making the little bombs, and then like the gunpowder and all that stuff, like chemical
Mhm.
stuff.
So assume we got all that. Just deduct the gold from your thing, like Peyton
Yeah.
just said.
Well,
Yep.
I just did the gold for the diamond dust. How much would I do for like the crafting materials? How much do you think? Because I'm trying to get at least enough for, we'll just say 6 bombs, like 3 smoke screens, 3 just regular bombs that could be like used for like grenades.
Okay. It depends on what the power level these things are, basically. But basically, it's not, unless they're powerful, like what's the damage on them? Like, are you looking trying to go for like what's
I haven't looked in like what the equivalent is, if there's even something like that in D&D Beyond.
okay? Well, I'm gonna assume they're not your
Well,
PowerPoint.
well, there is fragmentation grenades and smoke grenades. Okay, that's perfect.
Okay.
Uh,
Let's give me it.
Well, it takes 5d6 piercing damage on a failed save. They do dex saves, or half as much on that, and it's like 20-foot things. So
Okay, that's pretty
it's not
powerful.
showing like what the GP is, but it's like a pound. Like 1 unit is like 1 pound.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty
So-
powerful. 5d6 is quite a lot. So we'll say like but like
So I'm looking, and it's like each one's a pound. So it's like I'm probably getting 5 pounds worth of material,
yeah, explosive material, whatever you need to create.
or
the shot
no,
or
or it's
whatever.
like 6 pounds because I'm doing 3 of each.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll say like that's like 60 GP for now. This is fine.
60. Okay, so that
So
is
that's not super expensive.
6
Yeah.
platinum.
One time use things. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you guys buy your stuff. So Gordon. So
There's a grenade launcher in D&D Beyond, so I'm basically gonna
Oh,
try to make
really?
something like that. Yeah, I just typed in grenade in manage inventory, and it just came up like grenade launcher,
okay.
fragmentation grenade, and smoke grenade.
Goddamn. I did not know that. Okay. All right. All right. So so Gordon, for you, there's a bunch of I said there's a bunch of potions in there in a bargain bin.
Mhm.
Do you talk to Ellie first, or you just look for it first, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, like he'll come in and greet her, but he's not going to like engage in like a deep conversation with her.
Okay, she'll just be like, "Hey, I remember you. I remember y'all. How you doing?"
Doing pretty well. We solved the murder mystery a couple of days back, so now we're just looking to prepare ourselves for our next troublemaking adventure.
Okay. So she's munching on some mushrooms. She loves mushrooms for some reason. And then she'll ask you like, "Oh, so did you end up using those potions that you bought before, the mystery ones?" Just curious what they ended up being.
I don't think we did we?
I've
Well,
actually still got them because strangely people enemies seem to enjoy attacking my squishier party members rather than me, so I haven't had a occasion to use them yet.
All right.
But I'd be interested in trying some more if you've got them available.
Yeah, I do. She points to the bin. But if you end up using them and they're useful or not, just if you can fill out this form for feedback, like let me know what it does and stuff like that, just for research purposes,
Mhm.
Just curious. But
Sure. Actually, I was
to your
curious
big
if
cart.
you can give me some feedback on this. And he'll reach into his bag of holding and pull out a bowl of Morkov soup
yeah, she'll
and
take
see
it.
if there's like ways that I could possibly improve its effectiveness.
Okay. She takes it and starts eating it like not any hesitation. She has no fear. She just goes straight for it. She's eating the soup. She pulls out a
That
spoon.
fool!
Pull out a spoon
You
from nowhere.
could have easily done the dust of deliciousness or something like that, and just made them your bitch.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, so she goes, "Oh, this is actually quite good.
Mhm.
You made it, huh?"
Yep, it's a new recipe I've been working on. Still trying to figure out the pricing for it for the combo shop that we're opening. But yes,
Combo shop. You open your own place as well. What are you gonna sell?
Well, one of our fellow entrepreneurs has been hawking very unusual brands of ice cream, and it's become I don't want to say a hit so far, but everybody that we've given samples to has been very invested in it. We've got another small fellow. I think you remember him, the kobold. He's been working on all sorts of very unusual contraptions, and they've been incredibly effective so far.
All right. Oh, that sounds lovely.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Remind me, is she just more like potions and stuff, or does she have all kinds of magical items here?
She's mostly potions, like potions that are chemical things. Like their magic items per people is like Rose and Roger have magic items, and Legus is more like monster parts, stuff like that. Well, Legus was the cat creature that with the coat in the marketplace. Rosa and Roger were the I can't remember which one's the armor or and weapon seller, but one of the two is each one is one of them. I forgot which one, but yeah.
I will think to Gordon. Gordon, do we want to try to sell her some of the junk we keep collecting? Maybe it's worth some gold to her, and she can use it to make stuff.
I mean, we do have a decent amount of junk, but usually it's better to let Cryptar do that. He always seems to get these really good discounts for some reason.
Okay.
All right. So yeah. So do you pick up any potions? You see a bunch of potions. You see a bunch of them. Bunch of bargain bin.
Mhm.
Various colors. Like some of them are mixed colors. Some are like you'll see like some blue and green ones. Like some like orange ones. Like with some like almost like little things floating inside them. You're not sure what they are. Like so. And there's like a black one with like a white like stripe through it almost for some reason. And then there's other ones where it's like there's like
Junk potion.
bands of like there's like almost like bands of like colors within. So it's like say like a red one with like green bands.
Yeah, Gordon will take one of each of the described ones, and he'll do a quick inspection, and then unless it seems like it's going to like melt his insides, he'll bring it up for purchase.
Okay. Okay.
I can assist with your whatever you're doing, Arcana check or
Mhm.
whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be appreciated because Arcana's not exactly my strong suit.
Okay.
I got like a plus +1,000,000 on Arcana.
Yeah, I'm going to try nature actually.
Just for now, I'm not gonna bother coming up with like actual like before I would basically give you a description of like what school it came from,
Mhm.
but it'll take us time to figure it out honestly. So and probably use it immediately. So you can buy for now, and I'll let you know later what spell schools they are
Associated with.
yeah, or we seem to be identifying with. So, but yeah, so yeah, you pick. So yeah, so yeah, just put down. I guess one of each of those. So yeah, one with red and green bands, a black one with white stripe. I'll let you do it. Yeah, and then I said
There's a third one, I believe.
a green one with like orange like little like, floating bits in there that just kind of float around all over the place.
Hmm.
And another one that was like just like a blue and green mix of like just blue and green mix. That's it. It's like some swirls. That's it. It's swirling
Okay.
around, but it's like yeah.
You
I'm
don't
also
have to.
grabbing
ahead.
8 healing potions for the party.
All right. So
You don't have to tell me what the potions are, but I'm just wondering if I can like for later, for effect later, do some sort of a check to make sure that like later we don't find out they're crap or poison or
Mhm.
we overpaid.
Sure.
That's all I'm trying to figure out.
well, they're mispointed. So she doesn't know what they are really. Like that's one of the reasons she wants to get feedback on what they actually do. Cause
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's been taken from the mystery bin, not the actual.
Yeah.
Got
The
it.
experimental bin.
This is the Walmart $5 DVD box.
Okay. That sounds good. I'm on board with
okay,
this.
so we'll say that the cost of the potions is whatever the normal cost is, and then the mystery ones will say they're like 10 gold each.
Oh, okay.
Or actually, better yet, this is Bernie Bot's every flavor potion.
Yeah, basically.
Skunk.
Like either you smell like one or it turns you into one. You don't know.
Mm.
Make a survival check to see if you survive.
At all.
You failed. Well, you're dead. Roll a new character.
Mhm.
All right.
Actually, I would just retcon
what
back.
do you do?
I'd also, how much gold would I want to give if I want to get like materials also for a launcher, basically?
Okay, we'll say A launcher's a little more expensive, probably. I would say like 100 gold for maybe something like this. So it
Okay.
depends on like how far the
25.
range is, but like we'll say 100 gold for now. Yeah.
Well, the grenade launcher thing is like saying up to like 60 feet. I'm basically just gonna go off like use that just to have it in there, but I'll couple like some details for like.
And don't
flavor.
forget, I have a spell fabricate where we could take basic materials like a pile of wood, and I can make it into like logs, or I could take a pile of
Yeah.
metal ore and make it into like bars and halves.
Ingots and stuff.
Which
yeah.
also
we
in your
don't
thing,
need high
you could,
quality stuff. We can just get the basic stuff for
Which-
cheap and pull it from there.
which you probably could use that to like make your filaments out of the mithril. So that
Yeah, I was thinking that too. So I'll probably
Mm.
do that
fair enough.
once I
Oh.
find a good seamstress.
Yep.
I could basically just take the material and say I'm going to use the catapult spell to like make it into the launcher, and that's how I come up with this thing for flavor text.
Mm.
All right. Anyway, back to your
Shopping adventure. Yep.
which after this, once we like get done with this, we can probably just take a break since it's like 2 hours in already.
hmm
Yeah. Do we want to meet up with you at wherever Walter was, the column, and then just
Yeah.
before we leave and
Mhm.
call it a break, or is
Yeah.
that what we're gonna do?
Or well, I was gonna say like do your shopping, we meet up, and then that's where we pause.
hmm Gordon's going to check over the link with risk for any sort of like metal types you might require to make me like a better type of melee weapon. Because at the moment I'm still using a reskinned club as a ladle, and I'm looking to get that improved.
It's like all
So is
people
there
who are-
like
I mean, are you basically just want like something that it's about the ladle, but like has like the force of like maybe a great club in handheld mode?
Like a mace or a flail disguised as a potato masher? Is that kind of what you're thinking?
Yeah,
So
something along
basically,
that
like
line.
I could probably like boost you up from like a D6 to like a D8 or something like that.
Well, and
I'm more
we
looking
can
for
make
like
it a
a
plus
thing.
one weapon. We can
Yeah,
make
Yeah,
we can make plus one weapons and whatnot.
I'm more looking for like materials you would want to use to make like an enchanted weapon with.
Yeah.
like do you want it just to be something that just hits real good, El Kabong kind of thing, or do you want it to do something as well?
Probably just as El Kabong as we could get, because I get a lot of like extra elemental damage when I do absorb elements, but I have to bonk somebody after I do it.
Well, I just looked at my other like crafting materials I've gotten
Mhm.
before. I got like 5 pounds of obsidian, and we're going to the fire plane.
Yeah.
So
And I've got
maybe-
mithril already, so
I mean, do you use you use a shield, right?
Yep.
I could probably maybe also give some additional like fire protection, something like that, like an extra buff on the shield that you got
Mm.
with the obsidian. Like we can like figure things out,
mhm.
probably that. But yeah, I could definitely like figure out like how to one just get it to a +1 and maybe find a way maybe increase it to like from a I don't know, like what does your club thing do for damage? Like what?
That's the thing. Previously, I had to use Shillelagh to get any sort of bonus off of it because I've just got
Right.
a +0 in strength. But when I've got the gloves of ogre power, I'll be up to +4, and then I was looking to just like make sure I can basically always get a bonk in if I need
I remember
to.
right, Shillelagh just gives you like it makes it magical and it lets you use your spell casting modifier as like the damage. Does that,
Yeah,
like,
but
go
the
on
problem
top?
is,
Does that replace like basically if you can't on the strength for it, does that just replace it?
I think
Or does it get added on to the
it
modifier?
replaces it, but the thing is, it requires concentration. And I've got a
Right.
lot better stuff I
Right.
want to be concentrating on, so I
Right.
just want
And
it
it-
to be
and
like auto
Yeah,
whack.
it's like a 1 minute
Auto whack.
cantrip
Mhm.
buff. So yeah. So like what
But he needs a
uses, like,
melee weapon that's actually a weapon, not a spell.
what
Yeah.
I'm trying to ask is like your melee weapon right now, is it a D6, D8? What are you
I
at?
believe it's a D6, but let me double check real fast. No,
Or-
sorry, it's a D4 at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe I think it would be too much because I'm thinking it's like we need to give you a little bit more damage if you're going to try to be a melee person.
Mhm.
At least try to bump it to a D8, like
Yeah.
make it viable. Because then it's like D8 +4, so that's 12 damage per hit, which not great, but it's not terrible either.
Well, it would also have the absorb elements damage kicked in with it, which is I think like let me double check. It's like something
right,
along the
if
line.
you absorb, you absorb that,
Yeah.
that add like like that extra damage added on to it. Yeah, it's like half of like what you absorb gets boosted back.
Yeah. Plus, he also
Right,
gets
yeah.
damage boosted from his shield as well if it triggers.
Yep.
So
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm basically trying to have it be so I'm like a super reflective kind of bonk.
Yeah. So like a base mace does 1d6, a base flail does 1d8. So that's why I'm wondering you want it to be based off of something like that, but then we'll put our flavor into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is
Like
there
maybe
just
like
like some sort of like particular material you think would be good for crafting for that?
For that, it'd be like
Probably the mithril we already got or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or just
mix that with
other.
like maybe some obsidian just to give it like some fire, or like try to like. Actually, I could probably include the ice sheath, so it's like anybody who's like fire types, like maybe give it like an extra bit of damage or something like that, a little
Mhm.
cold damage
Maybe.
mixed in.
Sounds good.
Like basically turn whatever melee damage you do into cold damage, so it gives you like maybe a double damage if they're like cold vulnerability.
Like a blue flame kind of thing. Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Well,
I'll just
technically it'd be a red flame because that's cold. That's a cold flame, ironically.
True. So pick up some extra obsidian for risk. How much do you want to?
I already got obsidian. I already got the ice sheath. So
Oh,
really,
okay.
I probably don't need to pick up anything because we got the mithril. I got the obsidian and the ice sheath. So it's like we got the stuff. I just need to know you wanted to do that. So
Mhm.
I got.
Well, I'll
I
pick
got
up some
pretty much-
to cover my cost of it. So
I got
say
pretty
like
much every type
500
of
GP
like.
of obsidian.
I got like every type of like energy type of spell that if we want to infuse it with something, we can do cold
Mhm.
fire or whatever. So I think
Yeah.
we've covered there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Backtracking real quick. Vaden. I forgot her name. The alchemy shop lady. Yeah, I just
Ellie?
wanted to kind of Ellie.
Something like that. Yeah.
Just wanted to maybe show her some of our wares and see if there's anything she needs or if there's like a shopping list she'd like us to collect in the future to help her with potions.
okay, sure. She's
we're basically going to a lot of places. A lot of rare materials come up. So
Yeah.
I mean it's true. So yeah, I mean she'll be like so many interesting things in the world. I could take all sorts of stuff. I guess just if you I don't have it. So I don't have a specifics I can think of right now,
Oh.
but I can get you a list.
mention we're going to the fire plane. Let her see if we need to pick up anything from there.
Well, I'll be like, I'll show her maybe like half of my clamshell. Like, what do you give me for this?
She touches it. She's like, "Oh, this is a
Can make
magic
it.
clam. Huh, interesting."
Yes.
I don't know exactly. I'll have to do more research on it, but I mean, I'm willing to buy it off. I'm willing to buy it off you guys. Anything unusual, I can always figure something out of it. I have no current plans to use it, but I'm sure I'll come up with something, But I can give you maybe like I don't know, like 50 gold per pound of this.
What did I have? Like 35 pounds or something, right?
You guys
Yeah.
got. Let me see. You guys got 30.
Because I haven't really
36
looked at the
pounds.
clam. I
36
haven't looked at the
pounds.
clamshell to like see
Yep.
what I can make out of that stuff, like what properties it could provide.
Yep.
Oh, get that later.
So 10 pounds. Is...
I always love between missions. We have like a giant checklist of things that we want to accomplish before we go on to the next
I know
thing.
it's so
Yep.
much.
Okay, I'll say I see if she wants 15 pounds right now for 750 gold.
She's like, okay, well, how about this? Let me first buy like 50 gold of it off of you first,
Okay.
and then see if I
sounds
find a
good.
use for it. And once I find a use for it, then I'll if I can use it, then I'll buy more off you. Okay?
All right, that sounds fair.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
Just give it a thumbs up, and
Eddie.
Mhm.
so yeah, so you can remove 1 pound and you get 50 gold, and then we'll hopefully buy more, depending on how it goes. Okay. Anything else you guys want to do before we do the break? Then, before you go talk to Walter.
I'm just
got
getting
all
all of the millions of different spell components I might potentially need in the future, but
Yeah, yeah, I know it's painful. I mean, I mean, a lot it depends on the going base. Most spell components are using a bulk component, the component pouch.
I mean,
But
Mhm.
but all the ones that cost money essentially or like consumable, then yeah, you have to actually have. Which is
and
yeah, which is what I'm doing.
And given the amount of like crafting things I want to do for myself, everybody else wants me to do for them. It's
Mhm.
basically gonna take me a week to get through everybody's thing before we go on to the fire.
One component question, Vaden. One of my spells requires I have a 1,500 gold piece ivory and gem statuette of myself. Do I need to get any go somewhere special.
You
or
gotta
hunt it
commission
down?
that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, do I need to put an order in somewhere and then you get
Yeah.
it in a few days?
Yeah, you basically could just find like a crafter here, and basically there's a place in the city called you see like other crafters and other places like those crafting confines in the ice plane, but like in the city there's a place called let's see.
Stu's statues. Please call it Stu's statues.
Stew statues. Sure. Well, let's go see Stew statues.
Yes.
And
Yes.
basically, yeah, there'll be this little store in what's called the Craftsman Refuge, which is the guild where the guild hall of ward is. And yeah, his store there will sell you custom made statues. They're stupendous.
God.
Cool. Cool. Stu's stupendous statues.
Yep.
I love it. All right. And then we'll head over to the column to meet up with our boys.
Hmm.
Yes, we will.
So how long?
for break?
When should we come back for our break?
Sure. I'll just go for
Cigarette
break now.
break.
Yeah.
Like
20 after?
6:30
25 after?
or 25 after? Yeah.
It's like
say
6:30, 2 hours and 20 minutes. That's a hell of a
Fine.
break.
Well, it's 6:30 for
Time
me.
zone.
Yeah.
Time
Yeah,
Yeah,
zone.
time zones.
yeah, I'm fine with like a 15-minute break.
Sure. So we'll come back at like 11:30, I guess. Probably good time.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
I will see
All right,
you
cool.
guys then.
Alrighty.
All right.
Okay. We'll do a break. So back on. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay, should be good. All right, cool. All right. All right, we're all back.
Mhm.
All right. So now that we're back, yeah, you guys head off to Call's Column.
Yep.
When we're almost there, maybe a few blocks away, I'm gonna kind of take a side alley somewhere. Cast disguise self on myself. Gonna look about the same height and weight, but I'm gonna be like a dark skin, almost like a drow elf. And I'm gonna look more martial. So it'll my clothes will sort of look more like armor, my staff will look more like a sword.
Hmm.
And then I will cast Nistel's magic aura and disguise that illusion so that I do not radiate any illusory magic.
Oh, okay. Sorry, what was the name of the spells you used? It was
Disguise self,
disguise help. Yeah. Okay.
and then Nistel's magic aura lets me place a false aura or disguise an aura. So I'm disguising that disguise self spells aura. So if anyone were to detect magic on me, they would not see any illusory magic coming from me.
Hmm.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I've not seen one
It
use
would only
that.
probably detect the magical items on you, but the actual illusion magic is
Right.
hit. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And it lasts 24 hours and not concentration. Nice.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
None of it's concentration. So
Interesting. All right. Cool. Okay,
we never use our spell slots on shopping days. So I'm like, screw it. I'm burning these things.
yeah, you might as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. It might be expect combat or something happening, but yeah, for the most part, yeah, you're basically safe. So.
Even though I don't really need components unless it's a boss type of thing with my spells, I kind of mental link to Gordon like, hey, you got any rotten scrap food on your person? I could use a little bit. It's for the caustic
Mhm.
brew. It requires rotten food.
I've got a little bit of that bird meat that we've got from like 2 weeks ago. That's probably starting to get a bit raunchy.
Okay, like just like make it into like a little bit of a pellet ball or something like that I could, stash away if I need it.
Gordon will work on that way. It's on the way to meet up with him.
Doesn't need to be perfect. I just need bits of rotten food, is what the spell component says.
Alright.
Which makes sense for basically it gives me a stream of acid, which is basically it's vomit. I'm
Yeah.
vomiting on people up to 30 feet.
You're baby birding them, yes.
Basically, yeah. It's like it's a 5 foot wide, like 30-foot long stream of acid. Like that's just what?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But it does say it just emanates from me, so it's like it's not like coming out of my mouth, which would be
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So, okay. So you guys, I guess we'll enter the calls column, and
Mhm.
like last time, it's a pretty busy place. There's a lot of people there. People are gambling, all sorts of stuff. You see Carl hanging out as usual, like behind the table or the bar, like almost bartending or just kind of watching and seeing what people are doing, but also basically in the spot where the bartender normally sits or stands. You see the same people you saw last time for the most part. A lot of the same people, some new customers as well, but it's pretty rowdy as usual. But you'll see also uh, like as you guys come in, basically, you'll see someone figure like in the corner of one of the a corner of the room essentially, because it's a not a huge casino or anything, but it's decent size. And like as soon as they see you, and he'll basically look at you and like tip his hat to you. So he basically looks like
Mhm.
almost like a Western like gentleman, like Western cowboyish looking gentleman, boots and like big hat, and like you can't see much of his face. Like he's like has bluish black skin and blue eyes, like very light blue eyes. otherwise, you can't really see much from him. He's sitting down and basically in a corner, like, and he kind of nods to you guys and points to the. He kind of just beckons you to his table. It's got room for, I guess, everyone. If you guys want to all sit down.
I think it's just me, Krivdar, and is it Gordon? Are you with us? I don't know if.
I would have met up with you by now because I need to give you the
No,
wrong
I mean, like,
meatball.
are you like going to be immediately with us in this thing, or are you going to be holding back?
Yeah, I'll
Edgar-
walk in with you.
Eckris
Because I've
is
done
gonna be there.
the delivery with you before, so Ekris is basically doing his own stealth stuff.
I'm being like a very like bodyguardy type of guy. I'm clearly with you, but I'm standing off in some corner where I can see you, the entrance, that kind of
Enough.
stuff, and I'm just sort of
Uh,
standing there like quiet, sour.
Want to do just a quick? I don't know if I want to do maybe both perception and insight, but like perception, just like make sure everything looks like this is just a simple meeting, that it's not going to be us having to like fight for our lives kind of thing. I don't think it is, but better safe than sorry.
Okay, so yeah, just do a perception check in the room itself. You see you're in the room itself, or more like him, or
Well, I'm gonna do insight on him, but I just wanted to do a room check with
Okay.
perception first, which is a 24.
okay. So, with 24, yeah, it's you basically you can read the room and looking at everyone with your meticulous eyes. Yeah, you don't really notice anything particularly off or anything. Like, it just seems like everyone's doing their own thing. No one's paying attention to you specifically outside this guy. So you seem like you're just kind of like another person there. They're not really standing out or anything. And the room's the vibe of the room is very it's a bit rowdy, but nothing like super
Right,
chaotic or
it's-
anything.
It looks business as
Just
usual. As far as
business,
I
yeah.
can see.
People are rowdy. People are busy, and they're having a good time, and that's about it. Nothing.
And I do have my goggles on, so it can't really see my eyes. Like, if he wants to know where I'm looking, yes, see where my head's swiveling. And now insight just on the guy, just to kind of size him up, just a cursory kind of glance sort of thing. 16, just kind of
Yep.
make of the person.
It's hard to tell because his face is mostly hidden, and he's got the cap down, he's got the hat kind of down, like kind of pointed down, so he's kind of like this while he's nursing a drink. But yeah, he seems like a normal guy just hanging out in this place, like a normal patron in this place kind of thing. He doesn't seem like he particularly crazy. Like, I mean, Sigil's kind of a place where tons of unusual things exist. So it's like he doesn't.
Also,
sound
I'm just when I see body language, is does he appear threatening, or just
he
basically
seems,
a guy
he seems a bit like not on edge, but he's definitely not super relaxed or anything. Like, he's know you, so he's probably just oh, new people. He's anxious and like the more
Gripping his drink hard, yeah.
yeah. He's not like he's not like
he's cautious.
He's cautious. Yeah, he doesn't trust you guys necessarily.
Okay.
Eckris wants to just sort of scan the room, and what I'm looking for is there anybody that seems to be watching him and us as if they're my counterpart? They're the bodyguard. They're the watchful eyes.
Okay.
Is there anything I see there?
Let's see. Can you check? Check.
For perception perception probably
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
Investigation.
Yeah, because you're just looking at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Screw it. Let's use that inspiration.
All right.
Oh boy.
Where did perception go?
Yes.
And it's 14. Better, but not great.
Okay, no, it's not bad. Yeah, you look around. You don't. Let me just quick check myself.
I mean, would I have been able to tell that with my 24? Because I was doing a room check as well, like he was.
Yeah, but you were looking for different things.
Or I was just doing a general room check.
Yeah, not really.
specific.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, you don't really you don't really notice anything particular. You don't notice anyone in particular staring at you. Like, there's just guards here in general. But they're not you don't think that they're necessarily his guards. There just seems to be guards for the establishment in general. So
Sure.
Bouncers and the bodyguards,
Yeah.
and we're just seeing the bouncers.
The entire building's a mimic. Roll for initiative.
And if it means anything, my passive investigation is 20. So I guess I notice things.
well,
But-
that's investigation. I know what you mean.
No, I know. That's for something else.
Yeah.
Just in case I stumble across something.
Yeah, I
just
know.
letting you know.
It's something to know. Yeah, because I often
It's a
forget about you
weird
guys
stat.
ridiculously high passive stuff because it's like
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's,
well, my passive insight is crap. My like passive perception is 24. Passive investigation is 27.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
absurd.
Mhm.
It's like okay, I exist. I know everything exists in this way.
Well, yeah, and
You're
to be
like,
fair,
there's
that's
like 5 pieces of gum under this table.
yeah.
yeah, and that's mostly because I have the observant view, which I sometimes forget. So if I ever like need to look at somebody and need to read their lips, I can.
Yes, yeah, you can. It's
Mhm.
true. It's true. Yeah, yeah. The reading lips is pretty cool.
So I'm basically doing this while I'm walking up to them, so I'm not wasting
Walking here.
time looking like I'm just standing there in the middle of the room while
God.
what's going on.
Mm.
I will say just before we walked in, I did activate the other cannon. So it's like it's in the holster, but it's not out. But it's like it's
Primed.
created, yeah, primed.
Got it.
I don't waste an action making the damn thing.
Okay, cool. So, you
So
guys-
yeah, go have a seat where he showed, and I just asked like, "Are you Walter?"
yeah, Walter, how do you do?
Howdy, howdy. I sit down and so I decided to take on the bounty notice, as I'm sure you were made aware of, and I've been doing a little research, and I just wanted to get a few more details before I head out because there was a bit mums on what exactly I'm finding, so I figured we might as well have a private conversation
So-
about that.
So is just you saying with him, or are the people going through too?
Yeah, Gordon will sit down, but other than just like giving him a nod, he's staying quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
So we're just talking and talking. Like he's a face for now. Okay, so yeah, he's
Mhm.
so he's like all right. So yeah, I can give you a little more information. I guess your experienced adventurers probably get what's up. The bounty is for it's a bit of an odd request. Like the I used to be a crafter of sorts, like not anything good, particularly amazing or anything, but I made some like it's kind of like it seems like embarrassed almost to say like I made some rubber ducks like and they were meant to like kind of resemble like family members, kind of a thing I did when I was a kid. It was just fun, they for fun, but I kind of miss them.
Mentally, I'm like, the fuck, the fuck.
This guy's a quack.
No, it's like
God.
Risk is like mentally like it's like
Mm.
excitedly shouting like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!"
Gordon just primes Risk. Ask more about the ducks. We need to know more
Yeah,
about the
like-
ducks.
Like I'm already like it's like, all right, can you describe like some of these ducks? It's like any type of particular material, color, like what am I looking for?
They're made of rubber and they're
Okay.
yellow colored. They have some kind of like odd facial features you might think, like could have some facial hair, like some, some like odd, like eyeglass wear, such like that, like monocle and glasses, stuff like
Gordon
that.
has to chime in. Wouldn't it be facial feathers, not facial hair? They are
Well,
ducks, after all.
well, they're ducks, but on top of them are more like humanish, or
Yeah.
humanoid-ish things, because the ducks
Mm.
aren't meant to represent humanoids. Like they're just duck bodies with the
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah, I'm-
odd faces. Anyways, I was a kid.
Risk
You know
is
what I say? I
like,
had a
Risk is like-
Funimation.
Yeah, Risk is like also like glad he has the goggles on because like his eyes are like wide, like oh my god, this is amazing. We don't have to give him the good stuff. We can just
Ekrus,
literally give him the
Ekrus
ducks like I planned.
Ekrus thinks, make sure we don't let on that we know that they're ducks. We don't know this yet.
Well, he
He
just
just told us he's
told
looking
us.
for rubber ducks.
No. I know. Try not to
Ah,
react
yeah,
like, oh yeah, the ducks. Like, don't be
No,
like,
I'm
oh,
mentally in my head, like excited, like oh my god.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just
We
like
I'm
don't
just
have to give
reminding
him-
everybody. I know.
the
I'm
good-
not
Yeah.
criticizing anything you did. This is just sort of him saying, like,
Yeah.
remember,
it's like,
don't
Mhm.
give
No.
away that we
Usually
already have
I'm like
everything.
calm, but mentally I'm
Okay.
like doing
Okay.
jumping jacks, somersaults, excited and stuff like that.
all right.
Gordon's still confused why there's facial features on a duck with hair, but
It's like, anyways,
Like, do you know how many there are? Is it just like one big one, a bunch of small ones? No.
there should be a number of them. I can't recall the exact amount, but it's probably around like half a dozen or so. Um,
Hmm.
just get as many of them as you can. Basically, I don't get hard to give it too much specific information. It's been a while. I used to I had some treasure. He puts treasure in quotes that I left behind in the plane of water. I'm from there, as you can might tell from my complexion. Um, I used to live in the city of Celtacia, but eventually I kind of moved on, retired, and put out this bounty. The bounty's for we call it the Dread Pirate Tour, but that's kind of a misnomer. Like, there's no Dread Pirate Tour. It's just something I made up because I don't think people are gonna care too much about some random guy Walter's rubber ducks. So I kind of made it
I,
more a little more fun and more exciting to get people to willing to look into it. So
I am now like, what the fuck?
Gordon's rolling insight on this because this is
yeah.
like the weirdest goddamn story he's
Yeah,
ever
like,
fucking
mentally,
heard.
I'm like, first I was like really excited, and then like, hey, what the fuck?
I'm
it's like,
burning
we're both-
inspiration on this.
How
I'm
far away is
also on my
Ekris?
own.
Can I hear this, or can I hear their
Like-
thoughts on what's happening?
how far away are you?
yeah,
Yeah, tell me. I don't know.
I'm rolling
Well, I
inspiration.
wanted to be off in a corner somewhere, but how big is the room? I don't want to be, I guess, more than like 20 or 30 feet away.
You,
but-
you can sit it depends. The place is fairly busy, so you might have trouble getting in their seat nearby. Like,
I'm just standing. Like, I'll lean against the wall. I wasn't looking for a seat.
I'm just gonna roll
Okay.
insight.
all
Just
right.
He's like
23
the bodyguard's,
for
like,
insight?
nearby, but
17.
Sure, you
for
can
me.
stick like standing around, like talking to a server or something if you want to.
Okay, because what I want to, if I can hear what he's saying, Ekris wants to think to the group. Didn't like the clam and the guys say like only Tord can release the treasure? So
Yep.
how
Yeah.
were they in on this deception if it wasn't a real person?
Or
Unless
if
he-
he might be
unless-
Tord.
yeah, unless
Yeah.
he's like Tord, and he like told him like, hey, I'm Tord or something like that. Like maybe that's my
Yeah.
nickname.
Well, anyways,
Well,
yes, insight the hell out of this guy is what my
Yeah,
suggestion
I
is.
failed, but Gordon definitely.
At a 23.
I had to
yeah.
burn inspiration for it, but yeah.
I
it's
did
worth
too.
it.
I got a 10 and a
okay.
12.
So you
Wow.
you're just trying to see if he's lying. That's always it, right?
Well, we're trying to see if
Pretty
he's
much.
deceiving us. But
Okay.
yes.
So basic checks. Okay. So Gordon and Risk. Gordon did a reroll. It's like so.
We both did rerolls. I did a 10 and I got a
Okay.
12.
Yeah, okay.
I got
rolled
a
one.
23
All right,
on my second.
so
So,
all of you,
Kribdar got 17, yeah.
okay, so all of you except for Risk can tell that basically he seems to be telling the truth. Like, I mean, Crypto, even to Risk, he seems like he's telling the truth. Like, there's things seems off, but it's not like the 100% truth or anything, far as you can tell. But like, he's definitely not lying to you about anything particular. Like, he just says
he might be withholding information, but he's not directly lying.
yeah. Like he's not,
I mean,
okay.
not gonna give you everything given some random people he just met. even though they
Right,
some trust
sure.
but like it's still like he's still holding back because he doesn't know how much you know, and you don't know how much he knows. There's this weird
Mhm.
mini game within mini games. People who are cautious of each other.
Yep.
Anyways,
Yeah, Chris, thanks.
I'm like,
Ask him if there's no Tord, then who does he think took his treasure?
I'm mentally also like thinking it's like, should I try to be subtle and drink that mind reading potion?
ooh. Maybe try it. I don't know. It's up to you.
'Cause-
Gordon's going to hear that over the link. He's going to signal to the waitress or whatever for a drink.
Okay.
Mm.
All right.
And then, assuming she obviously comes with the drink, he's going to say, it's a little bit of a spiced liquid I like putting in my drink, gives it some flavor. He's going to pour his mind reading potion into it and chug it.
Thank you, because he'd be focused on
oh, wait, so
me
you're
since
pouring.
I'm the one.
So you're pouring your potion into Risk's drink or your drink?
No, into my drink. And then
Okay.
I'm going to drink it. So it doesn't
Yeah,
look like
'cause
I'm
we-
drinking a potion. It just looks like I'm like spicing up my latte effectively.
'Cause he does look like a chef, so clearly
Yeah.
he's spicy.
He's clearly insane. It makes sense. Makes perfect sense. All right, sure. I mean,
Like I clearly am like a bounty hunter guy in a duster and a hat and all that stuff and gunslinger. He's a chef.
okay, all right.
And I do have the chef hat as part of my Will of the Elements.
Okay. So if you can, do deception check.
Oh, okay.
Because it seems plausible, but you still have to do deception because it's still a lie.
Mhm.
Sleight of hand, deception.
Deception.
Which
Yes,
one?
deception. Yeah,
hmm
because that's not anything. He's doing it pretty
Oh
open.
my.
But yeah, his deception is.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know. Like if Flash of Genius wouldn't help even with the 12.
yeah.
How about if I just
Well-
try and give him some of the ice cream while you?
You
Trying
trying to distract him with ice cream? like, ice cream. Why?
Give him some
Yeah,
assistance with the deception.
I mean, you try to just give him ice cream. He'll be like, no thanks. Kind of. I don't really.
Hey,
take
would Ekris notice this?
Akros knows
My
what.
17th
Notice
this activity.
Well, I mean,
We're not good at this bullshitting people. We're just good at stealing the crap and
Yeah,
running.
like I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if you would notice that, like, I mean, you can
Like
talk
that.
you talk to it telepathically, so he can tell you in mind he's doing it, so you can hear him doing it.
But well, I guess would I notice how bad his like fake out was gonna be and be
Yeah.
like, oh, that's
Well,
not
yeah,
gonna
he's
work.
not like-
yeah, you can hear his voice. You can hear his voice, and
It's not like he's
not-
faking out. He's like
Okay.
literally pouring it into his drink. The deception is what he's pouring into the drink.
Exactly.
I cast mislead on myself, which
Mislead.
simultaneously turns me invisible and creates a duplicate of myself. So I will stay exactly where I am, invisible, while my duplicate walks up to the table and confronts Gordon.
Oh, interesting.
Gordon will look up. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Okay, but
I'll be like, "Well, hang on, I'm gonna put the spell in."
okay,
now.
so yeah,
Okay.
so it's got somatic components, so no vocal components, but you're still like doing gestures essentially to,
Pretty much, yes.
and you're just kind of casting a spell. Okay.
I mean,
So
could I just like aid in the deception, maybe give him an advantage, like saying it's like, dude, it's in the middle of the day. Really?
yeah, so basically
We're
what
working.
Yeah.
will happen essentially is as you cast a spell, one of the waitresses will come to you and be like, "Sir, we don't appreciate cast spells in the middle of this. You know, people can use that to like take advantage of people and cheat at games. So even if it's you know doing real purposes, we'd appreciate you keeping it not casting anything. I mean, it makes the patrons nervous.
Which
Does
would be
she
able to
have
see-
any kind of like counter spell or anything? Because if she can't stop me from
No,
casting
she
it,
can't
I'm
cast
gonna
you. She's
keep
stopping me
casting.
casting. She's just telling you not to. Essentially,
Okay.
she's basically giving you a
Well,
warning,
the way
so-
the spell works, as I finish it,
Mhm.
I create an exact duplicate of myself, and I become invisible. So visually, she'll see me
She's
doing
talking
this,
to the
and
duplicate.
then she'll see my hand stop moving and just kind of look at her and be like, so my duplicate will say, "Okay, ma'am." Then the duplicate's going to walk over to Gordon and basically put his hand over the drink.
Okay. Well, so
Mm.
so what happened essentially is she doesn't notice you initially doing it, but like one of the guards essentially notices you doing it because they're watching the room in general, so they'll see you casting a spell. They don't know necessarily what spell you're casting, but they'll see you casting a spell and become
Right.
invisible. So she'll just
They don't see me become invisible. They
It's
see my
basically-
duplicate.
Yeah.
I'm here. My duplicate appears exactly where I am.
yes.
And then when my duplicate walks away, I'm left there invisible. So all they see is me waving my hands around and then walk away. They don't see any other effect.
Hmm.
So from their point of view, they might think, oh, he stopped
Like-
casting the spell when he was confronted.
I guess possibly, yeah. Let's see. I mean, yeah, it doesn't have vocal
It
component
basically makes
or-
it the illusory duplicate. So it's like he's just literally inside the illusion, and he can just walk
Right.
away without making it look like there's a
And I
shadow.
can control the duplicate. It's kind of like when I look through the eyes of my familiar, I'm blind while I'm controlling my duplicate.
Anyways,
So the duplicate's like, I understand, ma'am, I'm not doing anything to you, and like walk past her, and I go right up to Gordon. And unless she's gonna stand in my way or try to stop me, he's gonna like go around her and go up to Gordon.
okay,
So
so
I guess the question is anybody trying to stop me after I seemingly waved my hands and did nothing?
No, I guess they wouldn't for now. It's a high level spell, 5th level, so
Yeah.
it's probably effective enough that you can get through this. Okay, so but yeah, after this happens, you're gonna see him walk over. You're gonna walk over there as your person, and then and yourself essentially, but obviously, and then you're gonna walk over to the table, and you're gonna put your hand on
Yeah.
what?
I'm
And
gonna, like-
while
like-
he's putting
I'm not-
the hand
I'm
on
gonna
there,
be-
I am
Like, I'm not gonna touch anything. I don't want to destroy
Mhm.
the illusion. So I'm just
Right.
gonna like confront.
Yeah, I'm like-
Gordon and-
Posing
Well-
like this, about to pour it in. I'm like,
Yeah,
What's
and
going on?
while he's putting the hands, like we're like a buddy team. Like it's like, dude, we're working.
No.
Why
That's
you-
not where I'm even going. I'm going to go up and confront Gordon and be like, "That was not part of our contract. Look, we told you you get one chance at this. You're out." And I'm basically like ordering Gordon to leave the bar.
It's always something with you people.
It's like, and
It's-
okay, so the guy.
I'm basically making it seem like he
Yeah.
was supposed to do a certain thing as our guard and he failed, so we're like firing
Mhm.
him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's why I'm like saying it's like, dude, we're working. Why are you drinking and while you're spiking your own drink? It's like, what the fuck?
all right.
Mhm.
So
That's what I'm like. Hopefully to help with the.
We threw a lot
deception,
on you, Vaden. Figure it out. Sorry.
okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Akris, do a perception check or deception check.
A what?
Deception.
Deception check.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Just trying to figure out how I'm gonna resolve this. Okay. So
And
17.
then Nina shows up.
And
No,
I
Brennan.
will just like give it a boost. I'm gonna give him the flash
Sorry,
of genius because I am like helping him with the like.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
sorry, Brandon. You're actually dead now. I apologize. They killed you off. They stabbed you in the heart and took your stuff. So
Well, we sacrificed you. We all got a +1 bonus, so thanks.
I mean, it's worth
Mhm.
it. So,
And you can
So-
always make a new character.
Yeah.
I still show up somehow.
Okay, so
Walden and
So,
21.
I want to help him with the flash of genius. Give him a plus four.
okay,
It's like
okay.
21.
So basically,
21 on deception.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Ekris says this. Okay, I'm gonna do a man's
And I'm
check.
thinking to Gordon, just go with it. Just go with it.
Gordon's like, this fucking day, and he's just going to basically chug the drink the waitress brought him and start heading out.
Okay,
And
so
duplicate Ekris will basically escort him out.
Mhm.
okay, so the guy will be Walter seems unhappy with the situation with from a random person coming up to the table when he's doing their business, and then seeing that like he's like so your bodyguard there or your worker fella.
Well.
He's he's not doing a too good job, eh?
No, he's not.
All right, well, have to find
That's
good-
why I pay, and I point to Ekris's whole thing is like that's why I pay him more than I paid the other one. This was his sort of what do you call it, initiation audition, and clearly not doing so well.
Well, no offense, but I appreciate not bringing newcomers to this conversation. This should be more for the people who are experienced than I don't really we don't need interns here. So this is kind of a more on more bounty. Bounty is for
Yeah.
more expensive side. So appreciate bringing only experienced fellas.
Our regular cleric's out 6. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. We just our cook volunteered. It's like saying, "Hey, I can do this." Like
Mhm.
He's
we
using a
need
personal day.
we need another seat, so we need a person that's sitting. But really, he
So,
didn't
Vaden, while Gordon is leaving, once he's turned his back to the table, he's going to chug the mind reading potion. And for the 15 seconds or so it takes for him to walk away, he's going to tag our client to see if he's thinking anything strangely nefarious.
Okay.
And yeah, while he's like walking away and we're doing this, I want to at least ask a question to get his mind focused. Like, so do these ducks have any type of marker on them so I know it's like the legit ones that you're looking for? Just get his mind focused on the ducks.
Okay. Let me see. I'm trying to look
But
up-
when he reads his thoughts, he at least
Yeah,
able to-
just the surface level thoughts. I'm not trying
Yeah.
to probe deep.
Sorry, I'm not looking for the damn spell. Reading my, I have to look up the 10,000 spells with detect thoughts.
Yeah, hey, and I can get that.
Okay. There's like so many spells that look at what do they even do? How does it?
Well,
okay, surface
I'm
thoughts.
also going to throw out a suggestion. I think the spell's range is like 30 feet or
It is.
something.
It's-
Yeah, that's
How-
why
how
I'm
close
only
is
doing it for.
Walter? How close is Walter to an exterior wall where you can just go around behind, stand outside the wall, and still pick up thoughts from out there if that's a feasible option?
You don't know.
Yeah,
'Cause, I mean, you guys have done a walk around the perimeter, I think, at one point because we did that.
I had that arcane eye that got
Mhm.
Yeah.
dispelled at one
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, so you guys have seen
Oh.
around the building, so you could possibly get around. I don't know. No, but it says you have to be able to see them.
Okay,
Yeah.
then never mind.
Okay, so
Gotcha.
yeah, okay, but yeah. Anyway, so you can pick up some surface thoughts from him. Basically, initially the thoughts are around the it's kind of some disgruntledness around the foolishness.
Crappy help.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
person
Yeah.
basically around Gordon being foolish, whatever, and then or not taking this seriously. And
Mhm.
he's a little concerned about you guys are not to be serious people. He's like, enough people might be trustworthy to take this job on, bringing in people like that. But and then when you start talking about the ducks, he'll how long does it last for? Am I reading?
A
It
minute.
lasts for a minute, but and I'm going to be walking slow, but I am leaving, so I figure I've got 15 to 20 seconds of like mind reading time
Okay.
before I'm just out of range.
Okay, so and then as Risks brings the big topic back to the ducks, he'll be like,
Yeah. Like what markings are, like how do I identify the ones that you're wanting?
So he's trying to think about his mind. He thinks that you hear the words. You don't hear the words duck in his mind, but you hear the words forward, back, side, toward. So he's like, so you just hear him thinking these thoughts, putting these words in his mind, and you're like, not necessarily knowing what this means, but like, so like, so they mention to you, he's like, so you asked him specifically about what the ducks look like.
Yeah, like like are there any identifying markers, like who made them,
Yes,
kind of thing? Like some.
Or Mark, because you had asked that before. We kind
Okay,
of went over.
yeah. So like, there are no initials on these parts, but there's just the sort of odd facial hair and except the headwear, glassware that they're that's on the ducks. So
And does this description sound like the ones that we found?
yes, it sounds exactly
them?
what the one you talked about. Yes, like so it sounds like a perfect exact description as far as you can tell. He goes into more detail, but I won't go into it too much. But basically, yeah. Like so, yeah, there should be like a little over half dozen of them. They should be back in, like I said, the plane of water in that temple, and so most likely I left them behind. Or so these ducks were left behind in the temple sorts. They're guarded by it's a sort of creature. You might say it's like I guess I won't be too much of a problem to tell you this, but it's like a sentient clam. It's she's not sore, but she's she's not bad. She's not bad overall. And she's decided to take care of them, take protection for them, for Tord. And there's more I could probably tell you, but I think that's about as much as I could realistically should at this point. No offense.
Yeah. Just idle curiosity, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to. You said that Tord is made up, like your Tord, but you don't want to be known as Walter. Is that what I was getting at from that previous part of our conversation before my help decided to be not helpful?
Well, let me put it this way. There's no such thing as the Dread Pirate Tord, but one of my other names was Tord. Like, I go by Walter now. It's a little more easier to say, and I don't want people to associate with me too much with that. So if you don't mind, don't recommend. I'm asking not to like tell on people that used to be Tord, but basically, yeah, it's just I just came from from the city of Cetacia, not a pirate or anything, but I figured it'd be a good name to. It was just a kind of nickname I got. Like everyone in my family had these kind of funny names. Like I'm Tord, I had a brother named Bag, I got a mom named Sad. We all had these funny nicknames for each other. We loved going out in the ocean, the water, like the plane, especially the plane, the water where we were at. There's infinite much place to explore, and we loved seeing the world, you might say, exploring everything.
Real quick interjection, if I could.
Yeah.
So Vaden, after Duplicate Me escorts my dude out, he'll come back in and find like a spot against the wall near the door to lean. Then I'll bring my senses back to my invisible self, and I am going to maybe. Well, I don't want to get walked into by anybody not seeing my random or my invisible me, so I want to find an out of the way place, but if possible, maybe a place by like a back door or a kitchen entrance, just in case anybody comes through, I can get a peek in or out of some back door.
Okay.
So
that's
kind of why I want to go.
Okay.
That's where I want to go.
The place is pretty busy, so it'd be hard to find somewhere where people aren't walking. You can guess what place you might find guests that were somewhere walking somewhere where like the employees might be, located, like it might be like employee only place. Even then, it might be hard. Like it's just tough to find somewhere where no one will walk. So people are gonna walk around, try to walk into you, and you have to like move out to dodge them essentially. So you probably have to just like every so often just do like a check to try to avoid bumping into someone. Someone doesn't walk into an invisible person.
Well, I mean, if somebody like opens the kitchen door for long enough, maybe I'll just duck in there.
Yeah, people will do that, but the kitchen door is probably too far from this. He's sitting in a corner. He's not.
Okay,
He's
gotcha.
specifically trying to be away from other people. Like he's trying to
Yeah.
pick the more rural areas. So
Mhm.
yeah, so it's probably hard to find somewhere close to him that's in 30 feet. At least you could get somewhere, but like won't be that close.
Gotcha.
But you can still hear people. You can
Okay.
still tell back through bond because you just won't hear him. But you'll hear Risk or whatever, listening to them.
Yeah.
They can,
You'll hear one side of the conversation.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they could probably tell you what they're saying or the guy's saying if they want to.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
me or Cryptar can just give play by play or something like that mentally. But so back to Walter, not Tord. I then asked, so aside from this sentient clam, is there like anything you left guarding it, traps, anything like that, or is it just someplace out of the way that you put it?
It's pretty far out of the way. I didn't leave anyone to guard except the clam. She's a old friend of mine. Like we met her during one of our travels a long time ago. Her name is I don't know if she told you her name, but we used to call her Chlamydia.
God.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Susie says like we didn't leave anything else there. I was like, I'm gonna do insight check on that.
Mm.
On the name?
Oh, man.
On the clam, just on the